Hello, you're listening to the 83rd ever episode of Chismes and Menudo. He is
Ricardo, and she is
Adriana, and we are
here sitting with the fabulous and talented Shawn K, the showman, everybody.
Woo,
Hey Shawn.
that's me.
Shawn K, the showman.
I'm excited to be here, y'all. This is a very fun brother and sister like dynamic that I've been watching. A lot of your episodes have been very entertaining. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, we argue a lot, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, you guys argue a lot, but I do love the engagement. It's like I have my video director John, and we do our show now together, and like we literally just met like less than 6 months ago, but we're from the same part of South India, and it's like we argue like we're brothers on the live show. Like On Air Don't Care, we just go at each other. So it's people will come on the show, and we just have this dynamic where it's just people are just sitting in the middle like
Yeah.
So yeah, no, this is a whole lot of fun. You guys are a blast in the glass, and it's kind of cool that you guys have this little operation as a brother and sister. It keeps you guys tight knit.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's either gonna bring us closer or tear us apart.
No, I think it's gonna. I mean, 83 episodes in, I think you guys have gotten pretty damn close.
Yeah, we've gotten pretty damn close to never talking again.
Yeah. And I watched the last one where you guys. I think you guys clipped out something about Beauty and the Beast and the teacup thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Thing. Yeah, so I'm like, like you got to have that type of engagement to be able to talk about whatever and still be able to have some soup afterwards, you know?
Yeah, it's super easy talking about how dumb she is. It's like the easiest thing.
Hey, come on, yo, she's feeling herself today. Don't put her down. Don't put her down.
Dude.
She's in her quintanilla vibe. Right?
Yeah. Fucking Victoria. No, my sister-in-law told me that I have like Selena vibes, and I'm feeling it. I'm ready. I was like really down on my last podcast, not to bring this podcast down, but now I'm like.
And Ricky is like one of the members of the band that nobody cared about. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about? I'm fucking AB.
No, bitch. Oh yeah, kind of you are, huh?
I pick up the mic a little bit.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Dude. You're not fucking AB. You wish you were AB, bro. You mean to tell me that you have the type of fucking whatever it is to be AB? That like you're gonna start a whole new band?
Mine, actually, yeah. Fuck this podcast.
He can't.
No. This way.
He's a new producer. Yeah, he's a producer role.
I'm over here looking for my fucking gun. I'm shooting the guy.
Oh, God. What's so deep?
It be your own people.
Damn, it really too.
All right, so Shawn is a comedian, singer, producer.
Yeah, I would say first on the list is an MC. That's how I kind of make most of my money and most of my income is MCing like private and corporate events. But now number 2 on the list would be comedian, and then singer, and then DJ and producer. Yeah.
Okay, what's the difference between MCing and DJing?
Yeah, that's a wonderful question. Thank you. Because
you said MC and then you said DJ.
Yeah.
So
consider the DJ's, disc jockey. MC is master of ceremonies or master of celebrations. So as an MC, I'm the guy on the microphone. I'm the one that's conducting the event. I'm like the host of the night, essentially, right?
So you're the party starter.
Yes. Like different.
Or the party enter.
Yeah. Well, I'm
the
party facilitator, right?
Okay.
Most people, they'll categorize the MC and the DJ, right? Like, and it's kind of I even have this kind of PSA promo video on YouTube called YMCA, and it's kind of a parody of what I've always hear from the Indian community. Like, I have a DJ, so YMCA. So people kind of have this like mindset where like it's two in the same, and it's actually not. Most DJs actually don't like to talk on the microphone. They very much just want to focus on.
You're right.
They want to focus on the music. They want to focus on just like being able to like run sound and all that. But the MC is really in charge of the people. Like,
oh shit, that's fucking scary.
Yeah. So I mean, I do a lot of large South Asian weddings, like which. Like my sister's wedding alone was like 720 people. My wedding will not be that big, but like that's like a fair average is like for most.
What do you mean?
Weddings.
Hold on. You're with a Latina.
I am, yeah.
We have big people too.
Yeah.
In size and in
But she doesn't come from
quantity.
a big family, which is I'm actually pretty happy about. To be honest.
You lucked out.
Yeah, because it helps me to cut numbers a little bit. But yeah, but I do come from a big family, so that's why I'll be definitely doing a destination wedding, just so that I know that a lot of
weed some of them people out.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. But yeah, most Indian weddings are like average from like 350 people to like upwards of 1,000 people. The largest wedding I did was a little over 1,200 people here in Dallas.
Oh my God,
dude.
Yep.
Oh, that gives me so much like. I just got nervous just hearing about that shit. So like you stand in front of them and you direct the party.
Yeah, like I kind of get the night started. I'm like in the middle of the room and I'm really just talking to everybody. And my job is, if you want to kind of classify it in the most simplest way, is just to remind everybody why they're there, you know? So like, I guess because now I've been doing more comedy, like I become a little bit of a savage MC and shit, especially Indian people, they go to 50 weddings a year and shit. Like they have to allocate literally like a good portion of their income just to attend weddings. And so like it's Indian people especially get very jaded. They go through the motions and they're like, oh, it's like everything is the same. So they just don't pay attention. They don't like sit down when you need them to and all that. So like I become the guy that like calls out Indian uncles and aunties to their face. And they're like, that was embarrassing. I'm like, you know what's embarrassing? Me saying to everyone have a seat 5 times and you're still standing around taking pictures for the WhatsApp. You know? So it's like, it's like, you know, it being like also a singer, you know, that it kind of, I bring those elements to a lot of my private events and you know, it made me a very versatile entertainer. So people get a little bit more than just the guy that speaks well on the microphone.
Like, cause they have that for like quinceañeras.
Yeah.
I've done a few. You've done a few quinceañeras?
Yeah, for sure. I actually started in the bar and bat mitzvah industry.
Oh shit!
So I was a bar and bat mitzvah dancer.
Dancer?
Yeah, I don't classify myself as. I can dance. I can actually dance very well.
Oh my god!
But like, I don't classify myself as a dancer. I'm just a guy who knows how to dance, you know? And so like...
There is a difference.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
There's a big difference.
Like, I'm not going to be like 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Like, I'm not that guy, you know?
Yeah.
But I do know, like, I'll know the TikTok dances. Like, I'll know how to crank that Soulja Boy.
You have a rhythm.
Yes, I have very much rhythm. Like,
and you're in the know, so you know what's
And then,
up.
you know, like, I take my fiance, like, Latin dancing and stuff, like, when she comes out. So it's like, I know how to move and, you know, do a little, like salsa move.
You can dance.
Little cumbia bachata and shit. So like,
you're like a soul dancer.
Yeah. So like, I started off as this interactive dancer, and I was dancing, and then it was through my mentor who pretty much like recognized that I was born to be an MC. And this guy, he's one of the best. His name is Mars, and he still has his company. He's in his mid 50s and still has his company rocking. And he pretty much was the one that pointed out. He's like, you know what? He's like, you know, you're born MC. Some people like work to try and become one, and you're actually a born MC.
Yeah.
And he gave me time on the microphone to prove it, and I did. The first party was like a small little 8th grade dance, and then kind of like the rest was history. And so
what? Okay, what's the chronological order of like where you started like your entertainment?
So I started as an interactive dancer when I was like, I think 18, like 18, 19.
You were still going to college You were going to college?
Yeah, I was at a community college, and then I went to Columbia College, Chicago, and that's where I graduated from. So, which is downtown Chicago.
Chi-town.
Yeah, there we go. And then I came here end of 2020. I've been from Chicago. Like,
You've all been up there ever since?
Born and raised, yeah.
Oh,
and then
shit.
I moved to Dallas end of 2020.
What made you move to Dallas?
When?
What made you move to Dallas?
Oh, opportunity. There's so much opportunity here in DFW, and people sleep on Dallas.
What?
It's like an old reputation.
Yeah.
But if you look at the development, you know, like Dallas, like, and I've been coming here since a kid. I have a lot of family that's out here. Then my sister and her family moved here like 7, 8 years ago. Then I moved here, and now my parents finally moved here. So yeah, it's just one of those things because if you really pay attention to the numbers, like Illinois, the entire state has less than 12 million people. DFW as a region is like 8 million people. So if you think about it, like, and then of course, like as you get older and you have to pay taxes and all this kind of stuff, like you understand that number game, and it's just like, man, Illinois sucks, you know. And so like, and especially when 2020 hit. And I was thinking about, you know, like, man, I think I want to leave and whatever. When 2020 hit, I'm like, I knew for a fact it wasn't going to get any better. Lo and behold, though, that's also the year that I also met my fiance. So like
here in Dallas,
actually in Chicago through the Facebook. That's what my parents call that too. They put the in front of every app. So I met my fiance literally like a month after I decided I was moving to Texas, and I was single for like 3.5 years. So like, you know, just because of that. And then, my fiance has 3 kids. I've let go of girls for way less. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to try and get in this relationship, but we just didn't lie to each other. We didn't bullshit each other. And then we ended up falling for each other. And then I thought meeting her kids was going to be the thing that was going to turn me away. And then I ended up loving her kids. So.
Oh my God. Can we take a different route real quick?
Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can you?
It's personal. Sorry. It's personal.
Yeah.
Okay. How was it deciding to date a mom with kids?
Not easy. I mean, it was
how did you take it when she? Oh, I have so many questions.
Yeah.
When she told you?
No, she told me, and her energy was really much after her last relationship, she's only been with one man before me, which is the father of those kids, but it was a very destructive relationship. She literally had to go through every form of abuse that you can possibly imagine in an abusive relationship. So, and I think one thing that I admired about her is that most women that go through what she went through don't have her type of demeanor. They're they don't have as much grace and as much love that she has to give. And, it's most women would be very, very bitter. And she was in a mindset where she was just going to date when her youngest turned 18. So she's like, oh, I'll live my life in my 40s. So it's we didn't expect to meet each other. And so in doing so, we just were so honest because I already decided I was moving to Texas. I'm like, I'm not fucking staying. So you gotta understand, no matter what, I'm gonna be moving to Texas. But we just kept talking. And then I'm just like, damn, I'm like, there's something, we just kept growing so close to each other. It was just a weird, magnet.
That was something you've never experienced before?
Yeah. I've been
so
with
romantic.
women that have kids, but I was just I'll never be serious with you. How the hell can I bring you to my Indian?
My God.
Damn, it's good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. How could I bring you home to my Indian parents? How would they ever understand? And then when I met her, when I met face to face, we did it. You know what? I say that I'm waiting for our lives to finally come together, which I'm moving her and her kids down to Dallas in the next few months, which she's gonna need some Latina friends. So
I mean,
yeah,
I'm ready. I love making. That's a big thing I talk about a lot. Is I love making friends.
Yeah.
I love talking to people.
Yeah, and she has a cool job.
I'm down.
Yeah, she pretty much runs the Spanish radio station of her town, and so La Raza Radio. So she's an on-air personality.
Is she gonna try and do something over here in radio?
Yeah, she's thinking about it. Dude, she's looking at her options, but she does love radio. But right now, their radio station's kind of in a trailer box type of thing. It's nice and it's got everything you need for a radio station. But she's so much bigger than her town, and when I knew it when when we go around in Chicago or Dallas and stuff like that, people are like, oh shit, Sean K. When I'm in there, there's kids and they're like, hey, it's blah, blah, and so it's really cool to see it. But when she comes out, she loves Dallas and she cannot wait and her kids can't wait. But she's meant for a much bigger town. And
over here, there's big Spanish, obviously Texas.
Oh yeah. So I mean, I honestly think that she's meant for TV. She's gorgeous. She's well spoken, and she just puts her best self out there always. And so
did she go to school for news anchoring or radio?
No. She started working at that radio station when she was 17, and that's the only job she's ever had.
Oh shit.
So she learned.
She moved up.
She learned. Yeah, she moved. She started off as a traffic director for her radio station. She still does it, and but she was pretty much in charge of all the slots, where the songs and the advertising and all that kind of stuff, 24 hours. And
that shit people
and now
get
she's
paid
on air.
Big money
Yeah,
for.
now she's on air. She produces, then she's running sales and contracts. She pretty much plays every role outside of just owning the radio station. So,
she would kill it out here.
Yeah, yeah, she will do amazing. I'm not even slightly worried. And everyone that I've introduced her to, they're like, yo, I can't wait till she moves out here because she's gonna do so well. So I mean, yeah, when I met her face to face, it was kind of why do we just are just so drawn to each other. It's just it was just unbelievable. And then so what I was saying was when all is said and done, I feel like me and her are gonna have the Bollywood telenovela that was never told.
I would. Oh my God, I would watch that.
I'm waiting for that.
You gotta sell the rights
That's so romantic. That's okay. You're Indian. She's Mexican. she has kids.
Yeah.
Your family's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was such a good movie, dude. You should sell that.
Yeah. So, and you know, and it's great because it's like, you know, I've been able to make some comedy out of it now and everything. But yeah, and then eventually, I was like, okay, let me meet your kids. I was like, I thought that was going to be the thing. That was going to be like, all right, I'm done.
How soon into like?
It was like a month after we met, and so then you know she had come to Chicago and we've went on a few dates, and then you know like I guess I went close to Indiana and stuff, but then finally like it was actually September 12th. I remember it was like that was the weekend that I went to Goshen and met her kids, and she's got her oldest boy Emmy is he just turned 15. So he was.
Did you have a
13 at the time.
quinceañero? Or y'all gonna have a No, he already turned 15.
No. I mean, well, he did a little photo shoot, but like, I mean, do boys do quinceañeras?
That's a thing now.
Yeah, I have a friend that did it, but he did it in Mexico without us knowing, so we didn't know until his
I
parents.
have 5 sons.
Oh shit!
So you better believe I'm gonna do quinceañeros.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I'm not able to do a quinceañera.
Yeah.
Can afford
What?
that shit?
We're
5?
We're gonna make it work.
Only
That's a
one.
lot.
Only one of them
Imagine
is gonna
having
be
actual
into it.
girls, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine having actual girls.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've done a few quinceañeras. I'm like, I know this is a big fair, but I've rarely ever seen like. I mean, I know it's celebrated, but I've never seen like the party for.
I want to I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
If it's not already, I don't know. I know it's a big thing,
Yeah.
but
As of right now, I think only one of the boys would actually be into it.
it doesn't matter if they're into it or not. They're gonna do it.
Oh shit.
Okay.
I mean, who would want?
Just give them fucking the money that you're gonna spend on that chick. Buy them all cars.
I'm not gonna buy fucking 15-year-old boys a car. Are you serious right now?
Yes.
No, I'm not gonna buy. They're gonna no 15-year-old
Not
boys.
when they're 15. Just fucking tell them like, hey, we can give you this big ass party, or that $20,000-$30,000 that we're gonna fucking spend. We can get
I'm
you a
gonna
nice
give you
Honda.
a big ass party where
When
I
you
get to do my
graduate.
makeup and I get to buy a pretty dress because I'm not gonna have a daughter to
You know,
do that
see,
with.
The quinceañeros are actually.
And I'm gonna have a big ass party and I'm gonna get drunk with all my friends
Yeah.
and my kids are gonna get drunk on accident.
How about instead, if me and Jasenia have a daughter, you just pay for hers?
Fuck you, bitch. And also gladly.
That's if you have a daughter, you know, you could end up pushing out a boy.
Exactly. So then you're gonna be in the
Nah,
same
I think
position I am.
But I mean, I feel like, you know, like the guests will come to, you know, they'll bring their
It'd be a
gifts.
fun
and-
thing.
Yeah, and I'm sure, you know, they might make enough money to buy a used car, you know, you never know.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. I'm not gonna buy nobody in a fucking car. They're gonna buy their own used little car.
Yeah, she's paying for the party. And
Yeah.
The party's for her.
Why
you know?
get him a car?
She also wants
Get
to
a
have the
fucking car.
mother-son dance moment
Exactly.
and be crying. She's like, oh, my niño. You know?
It's gonna be so much. And the videos, oh god. Looking back on all that when my babies are gone.
Yeah.
Bro, the fucking
doing it.
like I did quinceañeras in high school, like with all my friends and shit. And we were like the dancers and everything. The shit that we would fucking do, like the total like disrespect to God, like just the way we would fucking dance, dude. And it was so like looking back at it,
Dude.
it's fucking weird.
Does your girl have girls?
Yeah, and then her two youngest are 8 and 7, Billy and Elisa.
So even if you don't have a quinceañera, right, you're gonna have a quinceañera.
Yeah, we'll have a quinceañera. Like she definitely wants to
Is it
have
just
a
one girl?
quinceañera for the
It's
girls.
just one girl.
No, 2.
Oh, okay, okay.
Billy and Elisa. Yeah.
Dude, bro.
Yeah. So and Emmy is such a cool kid. This kid is actually already like a professional boxer. Like he's like
Oh, shit.
moving into professional
Wow.
boxing. I mean, and he's doing it with type 1 diabetes. It's kind of wild. And so like and just to see the way he's grown since like when I met him, he was like a little boy, and now like he has matured. Like he's so beyond any other 15-year-old kid I've ever met. And it's like a lot of it, I don't want to say it's been on me. Like Pilar's been, she's a phenomenal mother. And that's another reason why like I don't have to question like, you know, like and when you meet a woman and you know, she doesn't have kids, it's like you have to be like, oh, could she be a good mother or not? It's like I don't have to question it with Pilar. Like I know she's a fantastic mother, you know.
Yeah.
But like
So
he
with-
didn't care about a party. Yeah.
Like with that, would y'all plan to like have a like child of your own, like between the two of you all? Or?
Oh yeah, she knows that I want to have a kid
Yeah.
and stuff. She like talks about it all the time. Like she'll randomly send me little baby videos on Instagram and TikTok. She's like, "Isn't this baby cute?" And I'm like, "Not yet." You know, like, just like
Not that fucking cute.
I'm not feeding this fucking rhetoric. You know, like for a couple years, girl.
Love
like
that.
I'm like, let's buy a house. Let's find a place to put the damn baby first before you start talking about it. But she's like, yeah, she's like, "Oh my god, a little Indian Mexican baby would be the the cutest thing ever. I'm like,
is she just looking up mixed race baby and sending them to you?
No, she
like
will,
dogs.
It's like different. Like sometimes she
like a golden doodle.
Yeah.
She'll send me like a baby video of like a little Asian baby. I'm like, it won't look like that, baby.
Like, Asian babies are the cutest.
Asian babies are so cute though.
They are the cutest.
Cool. You know, but
Tom Segura has that joke where it's like, I would trade 5 white babies for 1 Asian baby.
Yeah, and she's that's a good.
And he goes, but I wouldn't do that because I know the exchange rate is better.
Yeah, and like it's funny because it's I actually have this bit where I talk about my parents being worried when we came out and said yes, like this is the woman I'm going to marry, like I'm going to marry this woman.
Oh my God, we're getting all the tea.
Intense. It was is as intense as you can possibly imagine it to be. It's not like it was the best news, but I mean, I also told my parents that I wanted to go into entertainment full time. So
you're just like an anomaly.
Yeah, yeah, definitely the brown sheep of the family for sure. But now they've met her, and they understand what it is, and they do like her. My mom and says they keep in touch with her now, and they text each other and stuff. So they understand and everything. But like I have this bit where when we first told my parents, any engagement or marriage is naturally tough. Like it naturally takes work. My mom's like, my parents were like, now you're gonna have to work so much harder just to make it work. And I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but you're also not seeing the other side of it because I'm engaged to a beautiful Mexican woman with 3 beautiful Mexican kids. I'm gonna have a house full of the hardest working hands in the game. It don't matter what the work is. That work is gonna get done. Like that's kind of the way I look at it. And her kids are so self-sufficient too. Like my nieces are spoiled as shit. They live in Frisco. One of the Indians that made it. So like they have everything. They have everything they could want. And,
dude, I don't think like for your kids, you don't want them to have like an easy life. You want them to like know shit.
You need them to have struggle. Like struggle builds character. Like survival builds.
But not obviously not abusive, right? But like
yeah. I mean, I also get the ideology of like parents wanting to give their kids the life they never had.
Yeah.
I get that completely, but at the same time, it's like if the kid never has to work
for them.
Yeah, if the kid never has to work for anything, then they're not going to work for anything.
And that's why I'm not buying them a fucking car.
See, I'm of the opposite where I'm working this fucking hard for a reason, so my kids are gonna be assholes. Dude. I was talking about this on the other fucking podcast because we were talking about how like Kendall
I gotta give I kind of have to side though a little bit with Ricky. Like I feel like I would rather give my kids a car than give my kids a party because they can with the car
use that to go to fucking work.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I was gonna hire you, Sean. Okay, for all my kids.
The way that I'm
you haven't heard my grito yet, so.
The way that I'm saying get them a car is I'm saying use like some of the money for a down payment. Make them get a job and then make them pay that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Help them with the down payment. Let them pay that shit. Let them show them responsibility. But with my kids, if this shit pops off and I'm a fucking millionaire like Tom Segura, they're gonna be pieces of shit. Especially if they're boys, dude. They're gonna have a record.
They're gonna be. No.
Yeah, I always said that like if my career ends up taking off, and even if like money is definitely not like it's not like a worry, I'm still making my kids work for fucking everything.
Yeah, you have to.
And that's one thing I love about Emmy too is that this kid has become such a hustler. Like he's like taking little money he's getting from his like abuelo and stuff and using it to buy candy and then selling it at school for a profit.
Smart.
And like or like
I tried to get Uncle to do it. He won't do it.
Or flipping items and stuff like that. So like he
I
would
used to do that with cell phones. I would steal them from the gym locker room and then I would sell it to somebody else.
Shut the fuck
That's cold-hearted shit, dude. That's a cold-hearted shit, Ricky. Like
Allegedly.
He's hearing the like cries throughout the locker room. We're like,
where's my fucking phone?
Where's
and
my
I'm like,
Samsung?
dude, I saw it just like right here.
Some other Mexican kid ran off with it, dude. He went that way.
He was a little bit darker than me.
He was significantly darker. That's how you know he did it.
But like he's doing so now. He's like just making his own money and like he's paying for his own stuff. Like he'll even buy something for Pilar and just because of the pride of being able to buy his mom something. I'm like, dude,
that's pretty cool.
You're doing good.
You look down, dude.
Huh?
You look down.
I did luck out. Yeah, I lucked out with Pilar, but I also lucked out that her kids are as great as they are. But it's because they were raised.
But it's because of her.
It's all because of her. Like their father was never involved. He's never been involved. He'd never be involved.
Right there,
And so she's
3 kids.
She's
three.
Yeah,
3 against 1.
One, okay. Like guys have, a hard time wanting to date girls with 1.
Yeah.
She has 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at that. I was just looking at it at the fact of like she took care of 3 kids with no input from their father.
Yeah.
Like, that's wild.
The 3, bro.
And she handled.
You're a better person than I am.
And the other side of it too, that
because you know why? Sorry, but like I had to make this point because women like that are very independent.
Yeah.
And they don't let just anybody in.
Right. No, very,
You know what
very
I mean?
true.
I have to say that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like the other side too is that those kids also didn't have to experience the trauma of like the abuse that she had to go through. She shielded them from all of that. So that they don't have to like, other than the fact that they didn't have a present father, like they have a very happy life. And the one thing I love about them the most is that they're grateful for less. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I do so much I'm like the greatest funkle on the planet. Like I made songs for my nieces and music videos that are on YouTube and everything. And like they just are like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. But like little things that I do for her kids, like they're just like, thank you, Sean. It's on. Like they're very, very grateful, and it's a beautiful thing. So yeah.
We're also taught like as Mexicans, like we're taught about guilt from a very early age. So like if we don't. Yeah. Even just going to parties, they're like, you need to go say hi to everybody. Or we're going to make you
shake.
shake all these strangers' hands.
Yeah. Like literally everybody.
That's like Indian parties too. Like if you go to an Indian family party, and it's a lot of people, so you're just going around.
Yeah. For like the good first 30 minutes of the party.
And the last fucking hour of the party.
Fucking hour.
Yeah. And so it's like, but at some point I'm like, oh, I didn't see you, but like I just saw the bar. I get enough around until I get to the bar, and then I just pour myself a drink, and I'm just like part of the party. So
I hit one of those like, hey everybody, like I'm fucking Norm from Cheers.
No, dude.
If you didn't fucking see me, you didn't see me.
Bro, I'm turning into that honestly as I get older. Like if you saw me, you saw me. If you didn't, you didn't. We're rude as motherfuckers.
Yeah. But it's like
so many fucking
old school mentality. Old school mentality. It's more traditional mindset,
Yeah,
so.
but I make my kids do it.
Okay.
I'll meet you over here. You go do what I told you to do.
Do as I say, not what I do.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say hi to them. You say hi to them. Why do you think I had you?
So
yeah, dude. Man, I think that's awesome, dude. Like that's a crazy situation. I would definitely watch that fucking show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, and I actually didn't think I was going to do a podcast episode on my show with her, but she came for my birthday weekend 2 weeks ago. And so
you're long distance. Oh yeah.
Oh
she's
yeah.
not here yet.
Yeah. She's not here yet.
Fuck.
So that's
the
another thing.
entire relationship.
The entire relationship has been long distance. Even from when I was in Chicago, it's still a good 2.5 hours away. And
she's not in Chicago proper.
No, she's in northern Indiana. She's in Goshen, which is like by
okay.
South Bend, so it's still 2.5 hours.
I have no idea what none of these words mean.
Yeah. So like she's
not
so
close.
it's by South Bend, Indiana. So it's like, but anyways, like 150 miles from Chicago. So it's a 2.5 hour drive, and she's in the Eastern time zone, so it goes up an hour. So it's like, we still yeah. She like just made the cut. It's like she's 30 miles into like the new time zone. So like,
that's weird.
Yeah,
that's
it's like 2 hours away.
Yeah, and then we moved even further away, and like I was even putting like checkpoints after I moved. Like, okay, I'll give it 3 months and see if like this, and it just kind of gets stronger and stronger. And she's actually been like my grace, like being out here and me trying to figure things out. Like she's like my go-to, like first thing and last thing every day. So
Jeez.
How long have you been together?
It's going on 3 years in August. 3 years will be August.
Dude, this podcast is gonna blow up once he gets rich and famous. We got all the tea.
We'll see.
Got all the tea, bro. Clip it.
Clip everything.
Dude, I'm gonna have them already ready.
Yeah, we'll see. I always could like talk to him like, like I feel like we would also have a lifestyle once we have a house together, like, and her and the kids move out here. Like I feel like there's a reality show concept that like people would want to watch this, like these two worlds come together.
And you have have like the ability to be able to do that, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean a little bit, but I would still need a production house and investors and all that, and a network. I mean, you can easily do something free like YouTube or Roku or whatever. But
yeah, because there's like, I remember one of my old coworkers, she would tell me about this like family on YouTube that was like super big. They had like millions of followers.
The
like
Ace family, fucking Brand fam. There's so many.
I think it was that.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
And you make more money doing it on your own now. These days.
Yeah, and so I mean,
it's getting weird.
It's like the kids who like review toys and shit. Like, what was that kid, kid Ryan?
Toy review,
Ryan. He got his own section in Target. Like the fuck? Like, it's like the little Filipinos doing it. You know what I mean? And
I have his lunch boxes. I refuse to buy his toys though because I'm so sorry. Like, get your bag, but they're fucking trash. The plastic is trash, bro. Like dollar store trash. But whatever, like I guess get your money.
But it's branded with Target, so
fuck you too, Target, for fucking
fuck you,
selling
Target.
that trash
but
shit.
I mean,
bro.
that family is making enough money,
money.
And like he lucked out because I think his dad does video production, so like that's pretty much the basis on how they were able to put out all that stuff. And so if now that I'm building my team with my media company, like it's definitely a possibility, but we'll see what happens. Right now, it's just kind of like we're figuring it out, kind of day to day, but biggest thing is just to get them here. And then
I hope that happens.
Yeah.
I would
it
love
will happen.
I would love to. I would love to meet her. Definitely hook us up.
Yeah, she'll love to meet you too.
Yeah, she's probably gonna get in trouble.
Why do you say that? What do you mean?
Get it going out with me.
What y'all gonna do?
We're gonna go out to full,
Wait, are you
bro.
single?
No, hell no. I've been with my husband since I was 16.
Oh damn! Well, that's a beautiful love story.
Yeah. So, but we've been together for so long.
Yeah.
That like
you don't know nothing else.
Yeah. So I'm going out here to have fun. Not even to be like stupid, but like.
Then she would love to hang out with you because
I'm talking about getting drunk and running through a parking lot in heels.
Listen,
and falling.
So
that does not sound like fun at all.
My fiance's name is Pilar, but her full name is Maria del Pilar Rodriguez Mayorga. Right? And so, like,
hella Mexican.
Oh, yeah. Hella Mexican. And then wait till
where from in Mexico?
Hidalgo.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's actually south of Mexico City. It's like closer to Central.
So it's Central.
Yeah. Kind of close to the water, too. So that's where we plan on hopefully having our wedding.
Wow. Can we go to the wedding?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, I love getting the fucking. I have to say yes.
Ricky's gonna have to become a much better friend to me. Okay?
Don't worry.
But no, it's.
But I'm gonna be your girl's best friend.
You know what?
So I'm going.
I believe it. But like on the whole drinking thing, right? Because my girl can drink. Like,
bro, I can't. But
yeah,
I'll
like
die trying.
I would call myself way more of a pothead than I am a drinker.
That's what I was about to say, but I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I don't go fuck Texas, It's like I'm from this free state, you know what I mean? Give me this freedom that the state talks about, you know what I mean?
You can have all the guns you want, but if you want to smoke weed, you better get the fuck on to Oklahoma.
I know, but I mean, it's coming. It'll come. I give it 5 years and it'll be here and stuff. I mean, it's already pretty close. Like most of these CBD shops like sell Delta 8.
Yeah.
But like my girl drinks. Like the way she drinks tequila, it's just so natural.
I love tequila. Oh my God. That's all I drink.
She just doesn't flinch, nothing. Like,
can I tell you my system?
Like when I take a shot, I'm like I'm just like, I can't even hold myself together, right?
So I have a system, and Ricky doesn't agree with the system
because it doesn't work. It's
but
not
I
a system.
I feel like your girl would get me.
I think you guys would very much get along.
Okay, so
we can after this episode, I'll FaceTime her and you can get to say what's up to each other.
Okay, here's my system, and I think she'll
system.
agree. I go wherever, right, and I ask for 3 shots at the top. Right, of tequila.
Yeah, such a dangerous.
Sometimes I'll
dumbest shit ever.
One time I did a double. I think that's where I fucked up because one time I did 6.
Every time I've seen you, you've done the 3, and it's always the same effect.
Okay, well then I'll do that.
I have fun, and I'm everybody's problem now.
Yeah. Do you so like I named my fiance's alter ego.
I don't have that, but I would love one.
Yeah. So like her alter ego is Maria. Because her first name is Maria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when she starts getting drunk And she will go, she's like, just becomes a different person. I'll have to be like, okay, cálmate Maria, por favor, cálmate Maria, please. And so when I call her Maria, she knows, she's like, I am not Maria. And I'm like, well, just hear how you said that. You know? And so like,
that would definitely be us.
Yeah, and me and my fiance, she will like, once Maria comes out, y'all will be fucking dancing.
Oh my God, I love, am I not a dancing queen?
No.
This Ricky,
what?
You know I am. Don't put me out there like that, bro. That's a hard line.
I low key now want to hang out, just go to a bar with you two, just to see you like come down, and Ricky's just off the side like fucking stupid ass.
We almost got into a fight I almost got into a fucking fight at a hookah bar because they were drunk ass.
Oh, I was
with like somebody else.
I have a video. I'll show you after. I have a video.
Shit.
It was significantly bigger.
I was in.
I did not. I was not.
Hey, listen, dude. I'm from Chicago. Like I've done that. Like, yo, what's up, dude? Like
Fuck is up? Stop talking to my fucking sister.
I mean, like gone.
Yeah.
But at that time I hadn't perfected my system. So
I think that might have been the 6th shot night.
Probably. But at that time, okay, so you take 3 and then you ride the drunk wave. And then once you like feel yourself sobering up, you go back to the bar and you order another 3 and then you ride that wave. That's a good system, right? Because then you're not carrying like a drink. It's also for safety reasons too. Because then you're not carrying a fucking drink where some guy could spike it and I'm getting over here R-worded. So it's for safety too. That's a good system, right?
No, because you just get fucked up within 20 minutes of getting there, and then you can go and get fucking taken in R-worded.
I feel like your system is like you totally skip the step of just getting a buzz. Like, like you kind of go straight from sober to drunk.
But also,
you think that would make a difference though?
What?
Yeah, it's called pacing yourself.
Yeah.
Oh.
It sounds like there's like no cap on pacing. Like you start like strong,
and then we end, and then we calm. It's coming down from a high.
Yeah.
And then once we're like, oh, I'm good, I'm not buzzing no more. Oh, but I never got to the buzzing.
There's no buzz.
There's no buzz.
Yeah.
You go straight to
skip
drunk.
the buzz. Like you literally step over buzz and go right to drunk.
Maybe 2 shots at the beginning. Maybe let's start slow too.
Better.
Or just drink a couple beers throughout the night.
I think well, I don't know what, I forget, I always forget the term of the name, but like the shot and the beer, like you start with that. Just a shot and a beer. And so you take the shot and then you have the beer.
Yeah.
Because you can't just do a beer at the top. Like you're there to have fun. A beer is like a chill night.
I usually only drink beer when I go out.
Yeah, you're boring.
But because a shot, it's just
if you're trying to end up at a like club to go dancing, you're trying to get drunk fast. So then
that sounds like a you problem.
Okay, see, here's the thing: is like I'll take shots with a group of people, but I'm not gonna go to the bar and be like 3.
Yeah,
bop,
agreed. Yes, exactly. Like if
you can't be taking the same amount of shots of the people that you came with, just by yourself.
Like even last night, like, and I'm with George Red, and if you've never met George Red, that motherfucker's a professional drinker.
Georgie Porgy Pudding Pie.
Yeah. Oh, I saw the episode. Y'all had some moments definitely on that shit.
Oh yeah.
But like George, like I mean, whenever I go out, like George, he is a master at drinking. You know, like he knows how to drink. So what's his? Like he's almost everything he orders. His system is like shot and a beer, shot and a beer, shot and a beer every single time he orders. When he's done with his beer, he's doing another shot and a beer. And so like I only like last night, like we did a shot together. It was only after I and him did our sets, and after we did our set, he's like, shot. I'm like, all right, now I'll do a shot. But before that, I'm like, no, dude, keep that shit away from me. I'm not about it.
So he's crazy, huh?
Oh, dude.
So you don't drink at all before you go on stage?
I stay buzzed, you know, like especially even with my weddings and stuff. Like I pace myself. I don't have like more than like maybe like 3 drinks until the dance floor starts. Once the dance floor starts, then I'll get a little bit more loose. And then, you know, and then,
do you end up drunk or no? You try not to?
It's rare, man. I hate hangovers, and it's like once you turn in your 30s, it's just not easy to like carry it and stuff. So that's why like I just love pot. Like nobody ever like woke up from a hangover smoking pot.
Can I tell you? You have
from a pot hangover? Yeah.
There's the thing.
It was a 420.
Like, it was painful.
Yes.
What?
I had a huge headache. I did nothing. It was this one time on 420. Me and a bunch of my friends, like we did gravity bongs, but we did it in my friend's pool where we took a 5-gallon jug, cut it in half, and then we were just
What?
So we did that, and then also, you know what? Now that I think about it, we did it in this pool. It was probably the chlorine.
You kind of were probably just dehydrated.
Also, yes.
Yeah, to be honest with you, like your headache was probably just basically from dehydration.
But it was because
It was the devil's lettuce. It was Satan's pubes.
Burned it up.
I would rather smoke than drink, honestly.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I flipped.
I have this. I have this ideology where, like, you know, when you drink, like your vertigo goes counterclockwise, but when you smoke, it goes back and clockwise. So it's like if I start to feel like a buzz or I feel like I'm getting drunk, and then I smoke weed, it'll like level out my buzz, so I'm not drunk. And then also I won't wake up with a hangover as much if I can smoke before I like go to bed or before the night ends.
I feel you on that one, bro.
Yesterday I was in Austin and I got fucked up with my friend, but we like cause he doesn't drink. But last time me and my girl went over there, we left like 7 beers. And we were moving his apartment, so I was like, well, we can't let these go to waste. So I just, like, fucking as soon as we got there, I drank 1 beer, and then he was like, hey, we got to go get boxes, just shotgun 2 beers. And I was like, I'll do 1. And then I did 2. And I threw up a little bit.
Ew.
And then,
Wait, you did the full...
do
you know with the can, there's a trick to do with your thumb?
Oh, I don't like doing it with my thumb because I've done it once, and it
actually
slit
cut
me. Yeah, it slit me.
There's a way of doing it where you can actually, like, puncture it and you won't cut yourself.
You got to show me that later. I think we have some
It's a
beer.
little party trick. Yeah. It's a little cool.
I done it once. That shit sucked. Fucking shotgun.
I'm not.
Doing seltzer sucks. Shotgun and seltzers.
I just hate like where it's like you have the big like you're like
bloated.
Like you just can't even breathe. Like
I'm glad I'm not alone in that, honestly, because yes, like after the first one I was totally fine, and then I did the second one, and I saw my gut just.
That's like another reason why I feel like I don't like drinking, because it's like that's like the opportunity where my friends can see me like look like
vulnerable
a total bitch.
Yeah,
like I'm just like like every like dry like taking a shotgun or
breathing
like,
heavy.
Yeah, like or like I can't drink my beer that fast because it's like it looks so fucking weak when I drink. And then
beer is for like cookouts, for like chills. That's for, at least for me. Like I can't. I don't.
But if
I'm
it's like if it's like a party atmosphere, are you also starting with 3 shots like you would at the bar?
She did that shit at our fucking cousin's quinceañera a month ago.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
There were children around.
Hey girl, just do you. You grown ass woman.
And you know what? Let me tell you this. I'm the life of the party.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm not.
You're not.
Damn, cold blooded.
I am, bro.
You told me to tell you you're not.
Okay, but am I or not?
Yeah.
Thank you
Dude,
very
fucking.
much.
I think.
Very much.
I think.
Admit.
I think it was when we did your housewarming party, or that '90s theme party that we did. I can't remember if it was for John's birthday or your housewarming. That shit was fun,
bro.
because like we were just sitting around like all drinking. I think it was the first party we probably threw at her house, so it was like a big fucking
and I
celebration.
just got my house.
Yeah, she had gotten it like a month before. It was fucking awesome, and we did like this whole theme thing. And I just remember we were playing like nothing but '90s and 2000 music, and then like. I just remember you were talking about Paul, not a Paul Wall song. What's his name? Fucking just give it a line.
Oh, Sean Paul.
Sean Paul.
I think it was that song, or it was Temperature, and you were just saying like, I remember dancing in middle school to this song, but nobody wanted to dance with me. I was like, no, it's not that they didn't want to dance with you. It's just every time like somebody would come up to you when you're throwing ass, and then you turn around, you'd be like, bom tom tom to come on line, just fucking singing, and then they'd be like, oh, this girl's fucking weird.
Dude, you know what? And I don't care. Okay. So, boo.
Yeah. I mean, I love Sean Paul. I've
Sean Paul.
have you ever seen the videos where it's like mismatched lyrics, where it's like they rewrite the lyrics where like what it sounds like, but it's not the actual lyrics?
No.
Yeah, so it's like if you look at it, like there's one for I think Temperature. It's like I'm going on the Bailey time. All I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature, fish hat.
What?
Yeah, that's kind of like the bad lip reading.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. So
they do that shit for the NFL.
Dude,
and it makes
but
me
I'm
laugh
from
so
Chicago,
hard.
so like all reggae music and shit is like that's like my vibe. Actually, I was just at Brian Isaacson's new mic that he had. I think he was kind of like he's the dude that with the pigtails who looks like Wednesday Addams, like the guy with the glasses and shit. He's like the chick with like the ginormous tits and stuff.
Yeah.
And so like
I need to see a picture.
Oh, dude, yeah. He's like a half white, half Korean dude with like long Wednesday Adam pigtails.
Oh my God.
Like down to fucking here, and then also has bangs.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
Like he's a character. Like
I've never talked to him, but every time I see him, I'm like,
he had a fresh mic that he started on was it Fridays and it was
wanna
at this
meet
place
him.
called Taste of the Islands. Which
Oh,
was
it
just
was
like
his?
Yeah, that was
Oh,
his.
I didn't know that was
And that was
his.
like it was like a little Jamaican spot.
Yeah.
So like it was cool. They were playing like nothing but reggae music and stuff. I'm like, yo, this is the vibe right now. So
Yeah.
I went. He was nice enough too because I had a DJ gig in a library bar. So he let me go after him. And so like I got on the mic and the first thing I said was like Shabba, like I just like because I just love all reggae shit, you know, like it's such a vibe. So yeah. If you guys are looking for that, it's a place Taste of the Islands in Plano. It was a fun.
Damn, I would
love
have been like the big.
I love.
Oh, and they got like a
food.
mini mart with a restaurant. They got like jerk chicken. They got the
Love Jamaican food.
So I went to like do a job at a person's house once, and like we got to talking or whatever, and she told me she's Jamaican, that the best spot for jerk chicken or whatever is right next to my house.
Oh, that one spot, the gas station where they sell those cool ass
T-shirts?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it's like right fucking there. There's a
it's
Jamaican spot.
it's a shopping center. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I've been wanting to go so bad.
I do too.
It's right next to your house.
Dude, Mesquite. Yeah, who would have thought?
Yeah.
But I want to go. You want
Yeah, not today, but yeah.
to go? Okay, whatever.
Actually, I
but
could go today. I haven't eaten.
yeah, you really go for real?
I got food downstairs.
Fuck off.
I know
Anyway.
your girl's cooking away and shit
Yeah.
downstairs, bro. You can't ignore that, man.
She made me wrong. Chill out.
I've never tasted it. I don't think I've never tasted it.
What jerk
But
chicken?
yeah,
That's
but
good.
but John loves it. My husband
Yeah.
will eat it any chance he gets.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
good.
haven't told him that place is
Yeah.
there.
I also been to Jamaica too, and that was
Nice.
Oh well, that's
yeah,
the best fucking shit.
that's the real shit. Yeah.
Damn. But is there a difference? Obviously.
I think that you can definitely like imitate the style out here. You know, just really a matter of getting the ingredients. It's like Indian food, you know,
Yeah,
like as long as
like Mexican food, then I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. So I mean, you know, I feel like though I think Mexican food might be better here than it would be in Mexico. To be
Nah,
honest,
bro.
like cleanliness wise, like if you think about like hygiene wise, or
Nah, bro.
You haven't lived. Have you gone to Mexico?
I've been to.
Have you said that to your girlfriend? She'd be so offended.
Nah, I mean, you know, that's the thing is my girlfriend knows I talk shit. And so like, that's why, and she's still with me, you know, she ain't going nowhere. And so like, but yeah, I mean, I just feel like, you know, just hear about, cause I figure you have to use the water, you know, I heard the water.
Well, it's bad for us when we go over there because we're not used to it, but they're used to it.
Yeah, okay, true.
You haven't fucking lived until you've had a dog meat street taco in Mexico.
Dude.
Dog meat?
It's
a meat of dog?
It's somewhat of a joke.
You don't say that.
It's somewhat a joke.
Somewhat a joke, but is it actually meat of a dog?
They have a lot of
There's
cats
a lot of
there.
strays.
Damn, that's sad,
There's
dude.
a lot of strays that
No,
go
he's
missing.
never gonna want to go to Mexico now.
No, I mean, I'll definitely go. Like,
Will you try it?
I've been to Cancun. I've been to Cancun 5 times.
That ain't Mexico.
That is not
That's
Mexico.
America Light.
That's America Light? Okay. That's America Light.
That is not Mexico.
I'm going to Cabo for a wedding.
Go to Juarez.
In
Yeah,
like
dude.
April or something like that.
Go to
No, end
Sinaloa.
of July. End of July, I'm going to Cabo for a wedding. But yeah, that was a nice one. When I went to Mexico, I never had
You
to pay
should come
for
with
it.
us once, sometime to
Yeah.
our house in Monterrey.
Yes.
We don't ever go there, but we'll go with you.
As long as Pilar can come, you know, she'd be like,
Yeah.
yes, let's go.
Is her place anywhere near ours? Rick?
We're further
Hidalgo?
north.
I have no idea.
Monterrey?
We're further north, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because we're like 2 hours from the border, and then DF is probably like another 4.
Yeah, Hidalgo is like an hour south of Mexico City, like south.
Mexico City's more central.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
So we're just further north, I think.
Yeah. So you have never been to her place, like over there, or to her family
No,
over there?
she came here when she was like 5, and so like she hasn't even been back. She knows she still has family out there, but yeah, she hasn't been back to Hidalgo since she was like 5 years old. So
Yeah, I haven't been to Monterrey since I was like 6 or 7. But I've gone to, because our mom is from Monterrey, which is like northern under Texas, and then our dad is from Baja, like under California.
still learning.
Yeah.
I'll look at a map.
We need to have a map. We talk about Mexico a
I
lot.
know we should somewhere around here, huh? We need more stuff up to like.
You know, you guys should start like. I wish I brought some like memorabilia or something like that. But if
We
you have,
need, yeah,
if
stuff.
you should
Fucking
have,
awesome.
If you have like
Wait, what
every
do you mean?
guest,
If we have guests?
if you have every guest like bring you something and then you just kind of put up
Oh,
whatever.
yeah. What would you leave if you wanted to leave something?
I'll probably give you one of my shirts.
Yes.
Because I have like a couple merch, but my main merch is my
That'd be
showman.
awesome,
It
dude.
says a showman shows up, so that's like
We're gonna steal that idea. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You just gave it to us, so
Yeah,
it's
you're
not
welcome.
stealing.
I take it, yo.
Sweet.
That's my gift is the idea itself.
There you go.
Awesome.
How do you put that in? Like, we need to put it like a plaque.
Yeah, just like with
Like
the
a frame.
wall of
Like a
Sean's
little
idea. That's good.
All right, I'll give
We're
it
gonna
to
put
you.
it real small in that top corner
I'll
where you can't see it.
definitely take it.
Dumb. Awesome.
Yeah, yes,
Plan.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Okay, so you're an MC, you're a DJ. What other thing did you say?
Comedian.
How long have you been doing comedianism?
Comedianism. Well, I started actually doing Second City in Chicago. So I did improv comedy and I finished the program. During that time, I did 6 stand-up open mics. But when I went into those, I went in purposely to fail. Because I wanted to feel the awkwardness. Like I was doing well as an MC. So I wanted to feel that awkwardness. And so there's a big difference between improv and stand-up. I think like if you do stand-up, you have to want to do stand-up and love stand-up. But like improv, anybody should do it. Like everybody should do it. Like it really opens up your brain to actually really listen. It taught me how to listen really well.
Really?
So that I did that program in 2018. But stand-up, like real stand-up, like now I've been doing it for like 14, going on 15 months.
Oh, wow.
And I've been loving it. I just came back from Shreveport with George Red, and
Georgie Porgy put it
yeah,
back.
and I have a show tonight in Fort Worth. So it's been going well, and I've been having fun with
That's
it.
awesome, dude.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I mean, right now, like stand up and emceeing, those are like the 2 things that are like my main focus, and then like my podcast shows kind of help to build those 2
Yeah,
things.
that's what I was about
But
to
everything
say.
that I do kind of feeds the same umbrella. Like they're different things, but they all feed the same thing.
Which is you.
Well, entertainment and media. It's like the
Entertainment.
industry is all entertainment and media. So that's why it's
Yeah.
like I just branded myself as the showman, because it's like versus being a man that has to list all these things that he has and my businesses and services. It's like I'm a showman. Like I understand the business, I operate the business, but I'm a performer, and that's what I mainly do.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
awesome. You have like so many hustles
Yeah.
doing that
Yeah.
versus just sticking in one thing.
It's cool that we're living in a time where we don't necessarily just have to like wear one hat. Because if you look at generations past, they're like, okay, I've graduated high school or I've graduated college. Now I'm going to be in the career at the job that I'm going to be at for the next 45, 50 years.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that we live in an era where college is not a necessity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we used to be in a thing where it's like after you graduate high school, you go to college, then you find a great job. But it's like we just don't live in those like terms. But now we live in an era where like if you fucking love peanut butter, like you can start an Instagram page about everything peanut butter and doing whatever peanut butter, and it gains 50,000 followers, and you're able to monetize it and make money.
I'm so glad you brought that thing up about college
Yeah.
because like unless you have kids or like
Go to college to party, kids.
yeah like that
But you also
that's
don't
not a
need
thing
to.
no more. That's not a thing no more.
Yeah,
like,
I was able to visit my friends' campuses and stuff, and I didn't go to the college, and I was still able to party
Yeah,
with
like
them.
that's
you
not
know?
a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about it before here on our podcast. Like if I've like telling anybody to go to college, it's for the experience. It's for the
Yeah.
people that it's not for like the school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we don't need that no more. It's a completely different time. Like within our generation, within our lifetime, we saw a complete fucking shift.
Yeah. I mean, like,
you don't need to do that.
if you look at it now, like, there's like a statistic. I think it's like over like 88% of college graduates are like in ongoing debt.
yeah,
You know, and it's like how many kids like they go to high school and they start working, or even better, they go to like a technical school and get like and have some technical training, become a mechanic or welding and all that kind of stuff, which you don't need like a lot of that, especially for technical schools. You can get that all covered. Like a lot of times, like scholarships are
Right.
so much easier
Yep.
going to a technical school, and like you will literally get a job within 2 years, and a lot of times you'll actually also get paid work while you're in school, and
Yep.
so it's kind of like I feel like go that route, you know,
or even not even school. Like even just going to like my husband started learning from someone doing HVAC out of nowhere.
yeah,
And then like within like 6 months, I quit my job. I wasn't working.
Yeah.
He was making all the money. We're comfortable. We have 5 kids. Like
yeah.
the diploma is now not worth the debt anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Also,
it used to be worth it.
Also, he didn't even graduate high school.
No. He has
Yeah.
a GED.
Yeah.
He has a GPS.
Yeah.
GBS, whatever. What?
No, it's
what?
G.
Oh, fuck you.
It's GED, but
I'm
we have this
so-
like running joke with him because he used to be a delivery man for like this HVAC company, and one day they told him like, "Hey, here's the address. Just like, are you sure you can get to it?" And he's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it. If I get lost, I'll just type it into my GED." He'll still make that joke every now and then. I'm like, "Oh yeah, you were that fucking dumb."
So
Love you, John. I was listening.
That's my baby right there.
Yeah, I mean, so like, I even my little cousins and all that kind of stuff. I tell them like, if you're going to college, like some kids, like they go to college
To get
just
more
to
knowledge.
figure it out, and I'm like, why the fuck are you
Don't
paying
do
money
that.
to figure it out?
Yeah.
Because you can go there, pay the money, and still have no fucking idea what you're gonna do. You know?
And you owe all that money?
Yeah, and so it's like, unless it's like all is covered and whatever, great, go ahead and fucking live your life. But it's like most kids don't have that luxury. So
That's
it's
a waste
kinda-
of time too.
have a direction. That's the one thing is it's like, if you don't have a direction, it's like you can still go to college and start it when you're 22, 23, and when you really, really know. But have a direction if you're going to make that investment. It's like any business investment. You're not going to just...
it's a business.
That's
like,
literally what it is. It's a
Yeah.
business investment. So you have
Yeah.
to like treat it as such. So like same thing I told like Pilar's kids. I was like I told them to their face. I was like, I don't care how much money me and your mom end up making, even if we can pay for it, we will never pay for your college.
Yeah.
Never. Like unless it's like, and if we do pay for your college, you're going to present us a business plan, like essentially of why you're going to college and like what you're trying to do. And I'm going to get a return on my investment.
Yeah, and a contract that says you're not going to drop out, and
Yeah.
a contract that says, because it's not worth it.
Yeah. Like I'm paying mass stupid like debt from my student loans and shit still. And so like, you know, it's just for me, I'm like, do I regret it? No. Like I still had a lot of great experiences. It put me in front of a lot of great people that, you know, guided me to a lot of different paths. But if I could have easily just gone straight into entertainment, and I would have been working this life and been actually not as much in debt. And
Yeah.
so, and I can and they didn't, my college didn't teach me what I do for a living. I mean, they taught me the market.
What did you go to college for?
Columbia College, I went for, I graduated with marketing, but it changed so many times. Like first it was like journalism, then it was like radio broadcasting, then it was like music management and all this kind of stuff. Then finally I stuck to marketing, and then it was like copywriting, which is like kind of like the ad copy you see in magazines, like the big titles and all that kind of stuff. Like that's pretty much what it was. And so, I mean, but again, it's like, then I ended up just working like different sales marketing jobs and stuff, which was like not anything great, you know,
Yeah.
but like nothing, no, even with a bachelor degree, like A, most employers don't give a fuck about it, or B, like you have to go, like if you want to work certain careers, you have to have like the bachelor's, then the master's, or the PhD, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like MBA, you know, so it's
And
kind
that's
of
just
like,
more and more
yeah,
debt.
then it's just
I
more
wouldn't
and
pay for school unless my kids actually liked school, and
Yeah.
they like were
Your
like
kids like school.
had yeah. And
How
they
old's
had
your oldest?
A's. My oldest, well, we have a 17-year-old. My husband has an older kid, and then but my biological is 11, 10, 7, and then I have 2 babies, 2 and 1.
Not 7. Jackson's 8.
Jackson's 8. Sorry, 8.
It's
He's
gotta
a
be a
middle kid
wild
now,
house
but-
of 5 boys. It's gotta be such a wild house, yeah.
They're
2
pretty
litters.
chill, but yeah, 2 litters essentially. Yeah.
That's what I say, because she had 3, and then the oldest was like 5 when she decided, or the youngest was 5 when she
Yeah.
decided to have like another one, and then well, that one's gonna be weird because it's just gonna grow up by itself basically. So
We threw another one in there.
fucking have another one 9 months later.
You plan on having more kids?
No, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah, I took out my tubes or whatever the fuck.
I
cut 'em or burned them, or they took 'em out.
You cut them or burned them.
I just imagine like Wile E. Coyote, you're just in the fucking stirrups. Fire the hole!
I always question that, like getting the tubes tied, because like once a female does that, you can never reverse it. But a guy, I always say like, I'd rather just get a vasectomy, because if I wanted to,
She has a whole fucking thing. She wants to do that to her children now.
wait, you want to get them a vasectomy now?
Yes.
That's actually not a bad idea. Actually, you know
No,
what?
at 16.
Actually, that's not a terrible idea.
Thank you.
It's not a
Horrible
terrible idea.
It's because you see, like, I'm talking to someone now that's also a parent, okay, essentially, and gets me. Go ahead.
No, I even told Pilar's kids, I'm like, I told her son, but I've said it loud enough for her daughters to hear too, and I'm just like, listen, like you guys don't even understand your mom having Emmy at 17 years old, like how big of a struggle it was to do that, and so like best believe if like you guys end up ever having kids before you are ready and you have your life established, like you're not gonna get any help from nobody, like nothing. You know?
It sucks.
But I believe it. Like I think boys should get a vasectomy
It's not as
at like
bad
16, and then when they're
them.
ready to have kids, then they just reverse it.
They're able to reverse it. It's cheaper.
If you reverse it cuts down the possibility of having children by like 50%. So
Shut
it's
the
not
front door.
100%.
Are you positive about that,
No.
When I was 20 years old, I wanted to get a vasectomy. And I did like a whole consultation.
Okay, but that's 50 already. Like 50 is better
Also,
than
that was a
nothing.
couple years ago, so now maybe this.
But if you think about it, it's 50% of the strongest simmers that can make through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The weak
So then
ones
you're
are
a real
dying
man.
out. Yeah. So then if you have a kid, it's gonna be the primos that are coming out. The primos spermos.
If they don't have any kids, you know.
You're okay with that? You don't want to be an abuela?
Oh no! Oh! I told my husband the first grandbaby that I get, I'm not doing nothing no more. I'm gonna be with my grandbaby all day.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah.
I don't care. I will. The kids I have now, okay, because they're 2 and 1. I had to take care of them. But like, because my oldest son can have a baby. He's 17. Not that I'm encouraging it, but it's a possibility. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm not doing nothing no more.
His husband had his first when he was her husband. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Oh, I got misgendered the other day. I didn't tell you that. I got
misgendered me.
Yeah, but I got misgendered. I'm sorry. Hurt people. Anyway, her husband had a child when he was 15. And then now he's 17. But when he was 15, I texted him like, hey, wouldn't it be crazy if Lil Jon had a fucking kid right now? And then you'd be a grandpa at 30.
Dude.
And then that kid had a kid when he was 15.
So he's a
great grandpa at 45.
That'd be wild as fuck.
I would love it.
That'd be wild as fuck.
I get to see all my generation, bro.
He's like, my man's a great gilf. You know?
Dude. Damn, what are we talking about?
I got misgendered. I went to...
Ricky, somebody called you a girl?
Okay, so like this is what happened. So I have like a bag, right? Like a backpack or like a satchel basically that I wear.
Okay. This is another podcast thing. I've been telling you, that's a fucking man purse.
It's not a man purse. It's a tactical satchel. That's what it said on the website.
No.
Tactical satchel.
That's what it said on the website.
I'm surprised you haven't got your ass grabbed, Ricky.
It's not a man purse.
It's a man purse.
I mean, I just think that it's a shoulder fanny pack, if anything.
Yeah. Tactical satchel.
But you hanging on your shoulder. That's automatically a purse.
It goes across.
Okay, it's a crossbody.
It's very tactical like.
It's a crossbody. Girls
It's like a
wear
purse, like,
crossbodies.
you know, girls like either now they have clutches or it goes on one side and just.
He wears it like that.
No, I don't. It goes across my body.
No.
Yes.
I literally seen him at Mike's. We've talked about it because I have my camera bag. But that one's a tactical one that goes on my back.
Oh, okay. So
but yours is big though.
Mine's big though. Like his is like a fanny bag, but
yeah,
like
mine is for like all the stuff that I carry.
Yours just for your lip gloss and for
chapstick.
Your I wear
it's just so much easier not to have shit on your body.
I've even because I know for a fact because I've seen him.
So
and I'd
you
be like,
have
I should
purse
put mine on the front, you know, and we were like bump like
we're bumping our type.
We're just like, yeah, what's up, Iggy?
But you have a whole gimbal and a camera.
I put mine in my camera bag.
I got chapstick, my fucking wallet.
Prove my point.
My school ID card.
My gun.
A gun would have fit in that bitch. It does?
That's literally what it's for.
I saw.
That's why I'm saying it's a tactical satchel.
I saw your gun chilling on like the little coffee table. I'm like, damn, bro, he's ready to go.
That's just one. That's just the one I have.
He's
there.
Mexican. That's right.
I got my first gun in the
dude.
last year and stuff. My first gun ever. I bought it.
Oh, because you're in Texas.
Because I'm in Texas. I went to a gun convention. That shit was wild.
Did you really go to one?
Yeah, I went to.
Oh.
Yeah, I went to one, and
You go to them all the time.
In Mesquite. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I go if I want to sell one. That's really the only time.
And it was like I found a Smith and Wesson that was black and gold, and that's like my main colors is black. Like
black and gold.
Everything is black and gold on me. My company colors are black and gold, so I found one that it's black and it has like a gold safety grip with like.
Your shoes are black and gold.
My shoes are black and gold. So yeah, that's like those are my colors. That's the most Persian side of me actually. Everything is I just love black and gold.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is I paid for a conceal license carry thing. I still haven't registered. I haven't even shot the gun yet.
Oh damn!
I have it in a safe. I haven't shot the gun yet, but I have.
There's a fucking spot right over here.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just got it. I already paid for it. I paid for the Groupon. I just need to do the registration.
Oh, to go do it. Okay.
How long have you had the gun?
Like 6 months, I think. I think I had her since like September,
You
October.
haven't shot it?
I haven't even shot it yet. No, I thought about just going in my backyard, like just shooting into the grass.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's not do that. We promote.
We'll cut that out. We'll cut it out.
I said I thought about it. Like, I haven't done it.
We promote safe gun.
But yeah, but I haven't
safety.
done it because I'm just like, man, you know what? I'm gonna catch a case. I know
Can
I
you
am.
imagine? We interviewed Sean, the guy that shot the gun.
Like, yeah, they're like, I just know one of my white neighbors would be like, I saw the Indian dude come out of his house and I heard a gunshot.
Usually they don't have guns, but this one did.
Yeah, so like any way to like not bring the cops to come check me out.
Damn, bro.
That would be cool though if you do get arrested for that, and then we just promote the fuck out of your mugshot with all your dates on it.
Oh, dude,
I have a mugshot.
to be honest,
You should do that on purpose.
if I get a mugshot and stuff, like I'd probably just give him like that little. Like don't give a fuck type of like look and shit.
'Cause you know.
Yeah, dude, that's like the album cover. Like that's what people like, get like go big for. It's
Sean,
like, oh, they're
do something
we
like
just
super
gave
light.
you an idea.
shit.
You should do it, bro.
Hold on. Our idea was for him to get arrested. That's not.
Our idea was for him to have
My parents are gonna be
bomb-ass
so
mugshot,
proud if they
bro.
ever watch this clip. Like they're gonna be like, oh my god, Sean, what is this media show that you're doing, telling you to get arrested? Don't do it, Sean, please.
They're just gonna think that since we're Mexican, we're just like part of your family. They're part of
Don't go around
Pilar's
those
family.
Mexicans no more.
And don't let Pilar become a friend, please. This will be a bad influence.
Oh no! What did I just put myself in?
Oh no, it's okay. Don't worry. I'll make sure you guys. I'll still get the FaceTime done when the
You
show's
tell
done.
your mom this is a comedy podcast.
I still,
I'm
my
not
mom
really
don't watch
like
my
this.
shit. Don't.
She
don't watch
I'm not really
nothing.
like
Same.
this.
my-
I'm good with parents. They love me.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. I think you would have good game with parents and stuff. But like, my parents don't watch this shit. It's whatever. My parents were like, "Oh, do you want us to come to your comedy show?" I'm like, "Never, never come to my comedy show."
They've never been.
Oh, I hope they never show up to my comedy shows.
No.
See, that's
Like,
how I was.
If I'm like performing, like I do weddings and all that kind of stuff. That's all fine. But my stand-up comedy, like that's where I get to speak freely. Like I don't swear in front of my parents. Like I might to the most, I'd be like, "Oh, that was bullshit." Like that's the most. But I won't swear in front of my parents. It's
And you
like-
respect that.
Yeah.
Like, because I know there's some that don't. Like, they don't care.
Yeah, but like I made
Some
a
people
song.
just don't care what their
I mean,
parents-
I posted this Valentine's Day gift for my fiance last year on Valentine's Day, and I made a parody cover of Sheryl Crow's "First Cut Is the Deepest," but I changed all the lyrics to like whatever, and the hook was like, "No pussy is worth it."
Oh, yeah, I saw you
just
perform
want-
that. Yeah.
And so I posted that, and it was funny as fuck because my mom listened to it, and she's just hearing me sing, and it doesn't start like obviously I'm just singing like the first chorus, and it's like very very nice. She just commented like beautiful song, and then like my whole family's like, "Do you know what the fuck he's singing about?
my
He's singing about
God.
pussy." And then she's like, "Sean, how can you put that on the Facebook? How can you do that? Everybody's going to see that on the Facebook." And I'm like, and so at a certain point, I was just like, I don't care. I'm like, now I'm like, yo, on my stand-up comedy, I speak way too freely. You guys do not want to hear me say what I have to say.
Oh,
and so,
goodness.
it's I don't care for them to ever come.
So,
see
and
my
they
stand-up.
know. They know that you don't want them to.
Oh yeah, I tell them do not show up to my stand-up comedy. My sister and my brother-in-law came to when I hit my 1 year. I produced my first comedy show at TK's, which was awesome. I had about like 50 people that showed up, and it was like really really good, and I had a fantastic lineup. And my sister, my brother-in-law, and people that I know, they all came through, so they got to watch my comedy for the first time, and that was cool and stuff. And so, and then my parents asked them. I was like, you can ask how's the comedy show? They'll be like, oh, he was all right, But yeah, I just don't want them to hear like any of my content, when it comes to that.
So you have a sister.
I have one older sister, yeah, the Frisco that made it, yeah.
Oh, she's here?
Yeah.
Is she cool?
She's cool. I mean, but like she's definitely different from me. Like, they own a Goddard school, which is like an early development school in Salina. And so
Oh shit.
I was in put my kids on one of those.
oh yeah. It's
Goddard.
very, very like, it's like you're paying like more than rent.
Back in the day, though.
Oh yeah. But I mean now,
Maybe I had just heard of it.
yeah,
Oh.
but her school's in Salina, and that place is blowing the fuck up. Especially now that Universal Studios is coming there. Like, all you see is just development. Yeah.
Wait, what does that mean? That Universal's is coming here?
Yeah,
they're making
isn't it a big deal?
Yeah, Frisco's making like its own like Universal Studios. I think it's called
Wait, is that a big deal?
NBC's,
Am I thinking about something else?
Universal Studios.
It's basically like Disney World.
But it's going to be like more a family park than like an adult park.
Yeah.
It's like going to be metaphor more for families.
That's nothing, right?
No, it's fucking a lot. It's a giant amusement park.
Yeah, it's huge.
It'd be like if Disneyland or Disney
never
World.
mind. I thought
Disney
it was like they were
World,
making a studio.
Like
No,
Disney
no.
World is a series of parks in one like clump of area, right? So you have like Epcot, then Magic Kingdom, and then Universal Studios.
So it is a big deal?
Yeah, it's a very big deal.
It's like, imagine that Disney was like, oh shit, Frisco's popping. Let's go put a fucking Disney World there.
Yeah, and it's like it's gonna be pretty much.
We're
in
not
that,
Disney. We're not like park people, I guess.
I think it's still gonna be fun. I mean, by the time I think it said what they're planning by like 2025 or 2026
To start or
no, that'll be done.
Finished?
Yeah, that'll be done.
bullshit. That shit ain't gonna be done until 2030.
Wait, no, you know what? That is a big deal because now we don't have to travel anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can still travel. I mean, like,
I don't want to travel nowhere with my fucking
didn't
5
like traveling.
kids. I hate traveling.
really.
I hate it. Never.
Yeah.
Wait.
But I mean, that whole area is just gonna pop out because they have the PGA headquarters that are moving there.
They have the soccer place that's there.
Yeah, they have the stadium. They already have the Star, which is like
The
the
Star's crazy.
Cowboys training stadium.
I used to
and then
work
they
in
have the
Frisco.
Universal Studios. I mean, that whole area is gonna be blown up.
We should have moved to Frisco,
what-
bro.
Hell no,
I
expensive
mean,
as
you
shit.
don't want to pay those taxes.
It's expensive as fuck.
Yeah, it's so
Okay, never mind.
so expensive. I'm like, I'll never be in this tax bracket, and even if I was, like, I wouldn't live here. I'd rather
Where do you live?
Right now, I live in Capel. I rent in a house.
Irving.
And it's like super convenient. Like my roommates are cool, and you know I like have every luxury and freedom. We have a pool in the backyard,
Nice.
like you know, and then all my gear's in the garage, so like I didn't have to get a storage unit for that. So,
Yeah.
so it's like hella convenient. So it's like, and plus like Capel is just central to everything. I'm so close to DFW. So when my wedding season comes up and I have to travel to Chicago or wherever else to do a wedding, like pretty much like 9.5 times out of 10, it's always out of DFW, and I'm like a quick 10-minute ride away.
I've been thinking about where to get our house. Next house.
Capel's a good city, man.
It's a great
I was
city.
thinking Irving.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Irving's good too,
making
Dude, we were looking at
or even Grapevine.
Grandma's too fucking far.
No, it's not that far.
not as bad.
I literally live 8 minutes from Grapevine Mills.
Oh, okay, that's where you're at. Okay,
I feel like that's far.
Capel's a little further than Grapevine from here.
Yeah, from
And you're in Mesquite, right?
yeah.
So like,
But-
Sucks. Mesquite's ass. Boo, boo. Sucks. It just sucks driving over there, and then also the city and the
I
people.
live there, bro. These are my people now.
Suck. Mesquite and Garland.
they are now.
Garland sucks ass.
I mean, that I already know though. I've gotten to learn the dynamic of Mesquite and Garland. I'm like,
fuck Garland.
it's like
Also Mesquite.
me the way I compare it
too,
like Aurora and Joliet in Chicago. It's like the south suburbs, and it's like two shitty places that are like they're terrible, and they're like no, they suck, and it's like it's the same
it's
shit.
just-
It's the same shit. It's like just essentially the same flavor of barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Farmers Branch, bro. I want to go back to Far North Dallas.
That's a
Yeah.
good area. That's a
That's
fun
where
area.
we're at.
That's where we were raised.
Oh, okay.
Little north.
That's Dallas proper.
Yeah.
Farmers Branch.
North
Yeah,
Bay.
like if I
I want to go back to Web Chapel.
back to Chapel.
It's getting nicer. The houses on that curve.
Oh, on the little fucking
Webb Chapel.
Yeah.
One of the South Indian churches are right off that street. But like, I feel like Farmers Branch is where all the
Farmers Branch, you get fucking
like all the devil's work is happening over there.
yeah.
Farmers Branch is super like suburbs.
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean,
Farmers
That's
Branch?
suburb. Farmers Branch is a suburb.
but it's like a suburb of Dallas, right?
Yeah,
it's
but
still
like-
it's still considered Dallas. Like
Yeah.
More like Addison. More Addison.
This is Addison.
Addison is nice. This
Addison
is
is
more
poppin'.
Addison.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is more
yeah.
like
Farmers
nicer.
Branch.
stuff.
What's a Farmers
But
Branch?
Farmers Branch, I mean, there's more
Fuck
like
Farmers Branch, too.
shenanigans. I mean, like Farmers Branch is pretty close to Harry Hines, ain't it?
No.
No. Farmers
Branch is down the way from here. Harry Hines.
Harry-
Actually, Webb Chapel's what we were talking about.
Yeah. Wait, what are you talking about?
Webb Chapel and Harry Hines.
Yeah.
Like that's Farmers Branch.
That's
okay,
where
there's
that's where I mean, because I drive a lot of. The only thing I do on the side is drive Lyft, and like those areas, like where
Web Chapel, right?
Yeah, Royal Lane, Web Chapel.
That's literally
that's
exactly
where
what we're talking about.
Yeah,
That's where we're from.
like those areas.
I want to go back over.
That's where you see the walkers.
Yeah, bro.
We
thought it was normal.
They be walking.
Very
Yeah.
nice. You were not here when they used to have the gas station.
Not even
Cochinas.
They still have them.
That's my favorite Spanish word.
Cochinas?
Cochina. Like I had this.
Like the... Did you?
Huh? Did I what?
Did you get a cochina?
No.
No.
Were you here around that time? Have you ever seen that?
No, I only came end of 2020.
They're probably gone by that time.
Yeah.
There was a.
I've seen them walking.
Yeah.
I've seen them walking.
In that area, like
Yeah.
in that area, like around Royal is where my girlfriend also grew up, and their parents' house is still there. There used to be this place called the Genji Hotel or some shit like that. It was a hotel that eventually got shut down, probably like 2-3 years ago. It got shut down because they were running drugs, guns, children. It was a brothel.
It was nuts.
All the illegal.
We were raised like 10 minutes from there. This was like from there?
We moved from like
When we were younger.
When we were young,
Yeah.
we were like up by where that Walmart is, off of Midway and 635.
Oh, yeah.
No,
okay.
even before that.
I know that
Like
is.
our whole family.
Yeah. But I mean, come on, dude. Like we moved to that area when I was like fucking 6, and we stayed there until I was like 14.
Yeah.
So
no.
that's like that amount of time there. Because that Walmart didn't used to be there. It used to be apartment complexes, and then they kicked out all the blacks and Mexicans.
Yeah. It's
Sorry.
called Spooktown.
Yeah.
Telling you, development. The development out here is
George
amazing.
knows about Spooktown. Ask him about Spooktown.
Spooktown?
Does he know about Spooktown?
Yeah, we were talking about it in the last podcast.
We shouldn't be saying this.
I know we shouldn't. Should I believe that? Is that a word I need to believe?
Is that where they have the Halloween stuff?
Is that going to be a new center in Frisco?
No, it was just like a apartment complex where like a bunch of
Mexicans
black
and blacks.
people and Mexicans were at.
I'll be like, yeah, I've watched it. They have like a little mini shopping complex called the Spooktown Shopping Center.
Sounds cool.
But
Is
yeah,
that a word I need to bleep though?
Probably. I don't know. I always thought it was, and then I tried looking it up, and I
is.
couldn't find it.
But
yeah.
but we're spick, so it's fine.
Sure.
Where aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's more designated.
I mean, like, would you
specifically.
blur it out if you like got coffee at the Coffee Bean? No.
No.
It's just part of like the reference
Right?
towards the thing, right?
I don't get that. Say that again.
Like, because you're talking about spook in the derogatory sense of the word spook, right? But like,
Is that a derogatory word?
bean is also like,
I think it is.
Coffee Bean is a real coffee shop, but bean is a derogatory term if you were to
No,
say.
it's beaner.
Ah.
It's not just
Yeah,
bean.
but you don't throw the ER. If
No, ever.
you never put the hard ER on it.
No.
If it's Beena,
Beena.
which is also an Indian name, which is kind of.
Oh, is it really?
We are so connected on
Yeah, I
something
know,
else.
right? There's so much cultural references.
No, but like that area was where we really grew up. Like,
Yeah. But
up
that was
until
so crazy, right?
yeah, up until like I was not really.
Not
it was
as
just
bad.
it was just
No.
well, the houses around it are nice. It was
Yeah.
just those dirty fucking
fucking
Mexicans in the fucking
But
apartments.
that's where I remember getting hollered at 12, 13 years old by these like Mexican men
Yikes.
there. Like it was
It's a
bad.
beautiful culture.
Teach
Really.
them young.
No, it was disgusting. No, it was not. Don't say that it was our culture. It's just
It is our culture. What are you
no.
talking about?
Everyone has bad people in their culture. Actually, no, you're right. Kind of.
What do you think?
I'm not saying nothing, yo. It's
I'll
like-
argue this. To the day
I'll talk. I talk.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, machismo and all that. You're right. I forgot.
Listen, like a lot of Indian people, there's a lot of these uncles, they ain't no better. And
That's
a
right.
lot of
Yeah,
these
see,
Indian uncles
everybody
ain't
has
no
their own
better.
people.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's an arrogance I think that breeds from a lot of different cultures, and it's easier to find when you are within that culture.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you know, but like,
But don't talk bad about my people. But it's true.
kind of can though.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, you can.
It's me.
Yeah, but, it's like black people can make their black people jokes because they're part of the culture. You know? I can talk shit about Indian people because I'm part of the culture. You know?
Do you think that
Steven can do both.
Yeah.
Do you think people should stick to their own thing?
No. Yeah, well, when it comes to comedy,
That's what I was at. In respect, like to.
I think when
It
it
just
comes-
has to be true. It
I
has
think
to
when
come
it
from a
comes to
place of truth.
comedy, you have to have, like, if you're talking shit, it has to come from a level where, like, I have respect and love for those people. But and so it has to come from a place that I think I understand. You know, like, I grew up with it. I adapt myself with it. I've made myself involved. And, like, I think if you have education behind the substance that you're talking about, if it's not your culture or brand, it's like, why not? You know, like I don't think you need to subject comedy to like the limits of what you can and cannot talk about, right? There's certain things I think are much more taboo to say, and so like, you know, expect that you're going to create more of a controversy. If I'm like dropping an N-word in one of my jokes, yeah, I'm probably going to catch some flack once they find out that I'm not Indian, right? But that's the thing, is that it's funny because most black people think that I'm partially black and that I'm like ambiguous with something else.
Yeah, I thought you were
like
racially
a lot of people
ambiguous.
think I'm partially black. It's only when I admit that I'm not black and I'm Indian, then they're like, oh, now you can't say it. I'm like, well, then that's bullshit. You know, like if you thought that I was black before, and because of the way I carry myself from Chicago, like we grew up in hip hop culture, you know, and so
did Mexicans,
or
so did Hispanic people.
Yeah, and so it's like even like now I say all my Mexican jokes and stuff like that, and it's like I actually got let go from a place because I did some comedy and I was a karaoke night, but I brought in like little open mic stuff, but I would do comedy there. And I was saying Mexican jokes in reference to my fiance and her kids. And a white dude yelled in the middle of the bar, "You're a racist," and left. And then left a review. And then the owner was like some old, arrogant, racist white guy that's like, "We can't have people saying this about us," and just fired. Didn't even talk to me, just let me go right there.
Wow.
I'm like, how can I be racist if I'm going to marry this woman? You know, like, it's how's that possible? I have nothing but love for this culture, you know?
Yeah.
But I talk more shit probably about Indian people than I do about any other culture, you know?
Yeah.
And no one's going to question that. So it's kind of like, again, it's subjective. And I think that we live in an era where everybody's trying to find a cause to battle against and fight and be like, you can't say that. And it's just like, all right, yo. So, I mean, again, comedy is such a subjective thing, but I don't think there should be any limits. But it's if it's coming from a place of like, no education towards that, or it's arrogance, then it's like, then you can see the like ill intent, the maliciousness or ill intent of where it's coming from. That again, it's clearly to see. It's not something where it's very black and white, where you can see someone's character and where they stand with that subject matter.
Yeah.
So
it just depends on the joke. It depends on the intention of the comedian, because there's obviously certain jokes that like we heard growing up about, because Mexicans and black people, like, there's a lot of history of them like clashing, you know, like in fucking middle school. I remember me and one of my friends, they were like, hey, there's going to be a rumble. It's going to be the blacks versus the Mexicans.
Yeah, there were race
This is
wars,
2006.
Yeah. I mean, and I feel like though, like now we live in such an era now that like so many Hispanic people are like, you know, freely speaking with like the N-word and all that kind of stuff. And most black people don't say anything because I feel like the numbers have it, you know, like it's like there's so many Mexicans that are just so it's like black people are like, you know, whatever, let them have it. No.
There's definitely a lot that are just like, no, you say that shit, I'm gonna fucking deck you.
Yeah,
There's people that are like, well, that's my friend, and I know he's not saying it that way. He's just saying
I've
it the
been
way
given
I
the
say
black card. I have so, I mean, again, I grew up with Hispanics, Middle Easterns, and black people. Like that was my circle of friends, right? And so it was so freely brought in within conversation and stuff. But again, I recognize that I'm not going to get the black card from every person I meet, you know? And so, and then I also realized, you know, as I got older, I'm like, if me saying it could possibly hurt one person, it's not worth it, you know?
Yeah.
But then I have this joke now where I kind of talk about that. I'm like, but I did find a workaround, because like in the East Asian like dialects, like in like Mandarin, Cantonese, Vietnamese, Taiwanese, their word for like their vocal pause, their word for is nigga. Like that's what they say. So I'm like, oh, if it ever slips, I just slow it down and say that I'm just touching my Asian roots. That's it.
It's just the dialect, like the inflection on it is different.
Yeah, because literally that's their vocal pause. Like we would say or like that's what they say.
That's crazy.
So
Asians are racist,
but they got great ramen.
Oh yeah, dude, fucking love ramen.
I think when you come, like when you're born with immigrant parents, like you don't want to be doing the shit that your parents are doing, right? And like let's say that you like, hey, like your native language is your first language, right? And it's not English. Like for us would be Spanish. Like if you don't grow up sticking with the Spanish, it like gets lost, you know?
I have a joke about that.
And so then it's like, okay, like I lost my Spanish, and you know my parents are like, tell me what to do, whatever. They're not cool, so they only speak Spanish. So like, whatever, Spanish sucks, because you resonate that with them or whatever. And then you're like, okay, well, I speak English in school and my friends speak English, and like
the things that we were watching, predominantly the things that we watched growing up, especially was like it was English, it was MTV, it was hip hop, it was like just.
So then you like start thinking like, what's cool that's English? Or, well, I mean, the black community. Come on, the black community is entertainment.
It's kind of interesting that you said that too, because it's like my fiance, like I feel like in a way, she doesn't want to stop speaking Spanish, or like she's prefers to speak Spanish, and like English is definitely her second language, but I feel like she's like not in completely trying to learn English because she's afraid she's gonna lose her Spanish, and you know she speaks Spanish very well, you know. But you guys ever watch Modern Family?
Yeah.
So, Gloria. So Gloria has like this one line. She's like, "Do you know how difficult it is to have to hear the words and have to translate it and have to say it back to you?" That's like my fiance's life, you know.
No.
Do you have a Sofia Vergara bit? Like, do you have a Gloria bit? Because that was a really good impression.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, I gotta work on it. It's not, but
another idea.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
No,
shit,
like,
Sophia.
and it's funny. Pilar has her TikTok, and she did like that whole like sound bit, and so she like ad libs it or whatever. But it's true, and so like, and you know, I'm always teasing Pilar because she's always like, "Babe, como se dice the word? It's like in the Bible. Like if you do something wrong, I'm like sin. Sí, sins."
Oh my god, I want to love her.
You will.
So
everyone that meets Pilar like absolutely adores her, and she is she's not bad to look at either. So.
Cool.
So you speak Spanish a little bit? Like since you gone with her, you learned Spanish?
I've been learning more so. Cochina is definitely my favorite word for sure. I have this prank that I do, like, you know, when we're like together, you know, she goes to sleep, you know, like she'll fall asleep faster than I do, especially if we're like together. She will fall asleep so easily if me and her are together. So like we'll be like watching a movie and it'd be like, oh, let's watch this one. I'm like, all right, I'll watch it for you. 20 minutes in, she falls asleep. So as soon as I see it, I'll like start recording and I'll just be like, ay, Cochina. just to wake, like it's like the where she's like, and then she'll just be like, babe, no mas. It's like, and she'll be like mad and shit. But actually, I don't speak it fluently. I have dyslexia, so it's like I don't even know my own native tongue, like that my parents speak. You know, I probably know more words in Spanish than like actually the words from my parents' culture. But I can sing in Spanish. So that's why I like sing a little of that Selena, that Como la Flor. I can sing Mark Anthony. I can sing Enrique Iglesias, but.
Show us a little bit.
Go ahead. No, we're gonna get
Si
copyrighted.
pudiera estudiar,
Okay.
si pudiera estudios, or something like that. I got and then
do you sing these like at the quinceañeras, or have you ever?
I didn't sing at the quinceañeras. No,
I mean, sing though, like people could.
Oh yeah, well, like at my weddings, like I definitely like I would say 90% of my clients, they'll like look at my song catalog and they'll pick one for me to sing at the wedding and stuff. Yeah,
Nice.
And I have like different mashups and stuff. Like I can sit like, for example, like you know, I'm from South India. Like our language is called Malayalam. It's very different from Hindi, but I can sing in Hindi, but I don't speak Hindi.
Oh shit.
So you know, I'll go and I have certain songs that I have like English and Hindi mashups and stuff that you know kind of go back and forth. But you know,
wow.
You know what I always thought is interesting is like how English, at least hearing it because we know another language. You hear Spanish and you hear like it's almost like it's like a flow, you know, and you hear that with Italian, you hear it with French, the romantic languages, and then even with Indian, there's a flow to it. Like with Hindi, there's a flow to it, but with English, I feel like it's such a mishmash of different things. There's German influence, there's Spanish influence, Latin, like. It just
English?
with English, it just sounds like a.
It's also
wreck.
like one thing I empathize with, you know, Pilar, because she's translating everything in her head. Like so much of the English to Spanish is like a reverse translation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you would hear something like if I said, it's you know what I'm saying. It's kind of like you would say like. It's like saying like, oh, my son's ball, or like, but you would in Spanish it'd be like the ball of my son.
You know
what I'm saying?
That shit is hard.
Yeah, so
it's
like
just the grammar is
so like I always kind of have to help. Like I have to help Pilar like with
same way like if we go to Mexico and we say some stupid shit, you gotta like tell us. Yeah, like that's the wrong. You say it this way.
Yeah, but like, there's some very cute moments that my fiance has. Like, for example, Billy just had this week. She had an allergic reaction from like the breakfast food that the school had. Like, her face got swollen up and stuff. But you know, but they had to take her to the hospital. They gave her some steroids. She was fine like right away, right? So I was like asking Pilar, and I was like, so like, what did they give her, like antibiotics? They're like, oh no, they just gave her some asteroids and she was fine. I was like, they gave her asteroids? I was like, what? I was like, they just shooting rocks at her? Like, what's going on? And she's like, no, babe. What's the word? I'm like, steroids? Yes, steroids. Like,
oh, okay. So she's not like,
she's not completely off, but you know, but the little fuck ups. I'm like, my comedic mind is just like, I just tease her about it. It's just, stop making fun of me, like, you know. But like, you know, that's how we play. You know?
Yeah, it's totally not abuse. No matter what she says.
No, it can't be. Yeah, I put a ring on it, you know. Where you gonna go? You know.
Let's move on.
Where are you gonna go now? Especially after she moved down here.
I'll be like,
all your stuff is here.
You mad, babe? Like,
I'm gonna send her this clip before it even airs. Girl, what you getting into?
She's like, but he's so nice. Though.
Nice.
He's seeing me
That's
there.
really the most important thing.
Yeah, but you know, she loves a lot of English stuff. Like, she has me sing Backstreet Boys to her and stuff because she loves all that stuff.
I love
so.
Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
We're clicked, dude.
Yeah, so I'll be like, go to her and be like, as long
she gonna
as
move
you
down
love
here?
me. Huh?
Tell me why Backstreet Boys. Tell me why is Backstreet Boys, right? Tell me why.
Oh yeah,
Right. Okay. I always get their songs confused with NSYNC.
Yeah. That was Backstreet Boys' like, strongest.
It was
set.
a big beef back then.
But people always sleep on quit playing games with my heart. Quit playing
games
with
with
my heart. Yeah, go ahead.
Bro, what are you talking about?
The vibe, yo.
I discovered Backstreet Boys when I was like, how old was I when we went to fucking Mexico? 6 or 7
I was
in
like
Mexico.
6,
Yeah, I mean, they say Backstreet's back. I'm like, they never left.
Yeah, man.
They never
Well,
left.
their old shit never left. Their new shit.
They're
they
still
have new
killing
shit?
it though. Their shows are.
They have a residency in New York, don't they?
The residency,
Or
yeah.
Vegas.
They have a
Yeah, right.
residency in
Quit
Vegas.
playing games in my heart.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Such a good song.
So
That one in I need to walk in.
As long as you love
Tell
me.
me why I can't be there where you are.
Yeah, there's
something
something missing in the heart. Yeah, there we go. I do remember that song.
I
Yeah.
have
Oh,
I
God.
have a vague memory of it.
Meaning of being lonely. There we go. I was, I remember that shit.
Dude, I love
We're just nerding out on Backstreet Boys.
But
there.
I have all the pop catalogs and stuff. I grew up on R&B music, so that's a lot of like my music and stuff.
How old are you?
I'm 30. I just turned 36.
Okay.
So I actually last night, after my comedy gig with George, like
George, pretty.
I always be like, yo, where's the karaoke spot? He's like, oh, fucking this guy always wants to go to the karaoke spot, bro. And because like that's one of my jokes too, where I say like if I'm a singer, so my comedy doesn't hit, I could always do some Chris Brown for you, and hopefully it'll hit harder.
There you go.
Yeah, it's always one that goes like, oh, and I'm like, this shit happened like over a decade ago, like, you know.
Nah, fuck
just-
Chris Brown.
Did you see that his ex did the Super
Listen,
Bowl?
even after that moment, he still pulled out hits.
Did you see
What
that
hit?
his ex was she performed at the Super Bowl? Chris Brown's ex.
Yeah, Rihanna.
You mean Brianna, bitch? You fucking bitch.
It's funnier just to say that she's
No,
fucking Chris
Brown's
Brown's
ex.
ex.
I'm clipping that out.
Oh.
I'm
not giving it to you.
My big bit was I was like, Rihanna didn't even have to announce that she was pregnant. She just had all the dancers dress up like ASAP Rock sperm.
Oh yeah.
Put 2 and 2 together.
So, but yeah, you know, like I grew up with like last night I sang. I showed George. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna sing you the first song I ever sang. Like when I was 7 years old, it was at like a family party. Like, and when your Indian parents know your kid has like some form of talent, they're like, Sean, go sing that song for,
Yeah,
for
hell
the
no.
Uncle Andy. He hasn't heard you sing the song. And so like that's how they are. And like when you're a kid, they're like, Mom, stop, you know. So the first
But
song,
also,
the first song I ever sang was I Swear by All For One. So I sang that last night.
And I say that one.
By the moon and the stars in the sky, I'll be there. I'll be there.
There you go.
So like,
are we gonna have like a trio? Like,
yeah, no,
Yeah,
yo,
dude,
we gotta
what's
sound good
up?
together. I didn't even know Ricky could sing like that, yo.
Oh, Ricky was
Shit.
required to.
Yeah.
Ricky,
He was also a cheerleader, but he was a choir too.
no, real.
Fire cheerleading.
Yeah.
like,
Ricky can hit them
musical
notes.
theater.
I got them chords, son.
Yeah.
You don't even know about my
Ricky can
chords.
hit them notes.
I have a pretty interesting falsetto. I
Yo, we
say
should
so
do. You know
myself.
what would be fun? We should all do karaoke together. I would love.
Yeah.
So much fun.
That'd be a blast.
We
a blast.
go.
I host karaoke nights. This
Why don't
Tuesday-
you do Sean
this
Hot
Tuesday-
Dog?
this
Where do you
Tuesday.
host it?
Do it all, baby. This Tuesday I'll be hosting at Library Bar, and it's a karaoke open mic. So, and I'm putting together a talent showcase. My first one there is March 8th, this Wednesday. So, people who came through, like whether it's comedians or singers, whatever, I'm putting together this little talent showcase. and
Oh,
stuff.
that's so cute. I would love
so-
to go.
But yeah,
To do it.
I do karaoke, and then this coming Friday, I'll be doing karaoke after laughs at Comedy Arena every first Friday of the month.
Sweet.
Cool.
yeah.
Wait. It's how much
This
more?
Friday.
Yeah,
Oh,
so this
cool.
coming Friday. So this coming Friday.
Yeah.
So it'll be at Comedy Arena after the last show. There'll be karaoke on the
Downstairs?
Downstairs. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
How is that organizing all this shit?
I mean, I think it's just like a matter of like understanding, structuring your days, and making sure that because I have to, fit in my production meetings and my like event meetings and then like my podcast interviews and stuff. So it's just really about structuring your day and making sure that you can kind of get things done. But then I'll still work in Lyft because it's a great side income, and I do it in between the hours, like the busiest times. And when I know Lyft is going to be not busy, then that's when I do a lot of my admin work and all that kind of stuff. So
Wow.
and then
Crazy.
just making sure that I'm ready to go. My car's packed up with my gear that I need, and able to get to my gear, my gig on time to set up. And
Do you do
everything.
drugs?
Just weed?
Other than weed?
Just weed.
Because damn, maybe like Adderall? No.
I'd have a fantastic prescription.
Do you
I
really?
naturally, yeah. I have a.
Do you take it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh shit!
I mean, it's my prescription.
I was about to ask you for it.
Yeah, but I have. I get. I was
Do you think
prescribed.
that that's why like you can?
It's a huge catalyst to how I'm able to stay organized for sure. But it was like I did therapy for like 18 months and stuff, and I was able to get the prescribed because my schedule was literally like I'm waking up early and I'm doing these things all day, and then I have gigs that can go late night. So like I got a prescription for like where pretty much it's built for me to take one extended Adderall in the morning and then one regular Adderall in the evening. And so like I don't always
Is the extended one the one that like it's like a time released one or no?
No,
yeah,
that's-
it's more so like so the regular one is kind of like a more of a boost that you get like for like maybe 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
Extended
Oh,
kind of
okay.
is like more of a
it
stretch.
breaks it down
Oh,
along.
Yeah,
a
okay.
it's
set
more
period of
it's
time.
more of a stretch of it, but it lasts longer.
But there are some time release medication. I don't think Adderall is one of them. Though. I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure it is.
Is it time released?
Yeah. At least that's what my dealer told me.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But damn, that's a lot, dude.
yeah. So I mean,
Every day you take Adderall like that?
not every day.
Just sometimes.
Yeah,
Just when you
sometimes.
need it.
Yeah, pretty
Oh,
much.
okay.
So
I know like people that like take it every day, like a huge like not even prescribed.
trust me, I do too.
Damn.
I know those people too. But yeah, it's like I mean, but yeah,
feel
like
like we should
I didn't take it. I didn't take it yesterday or today.
What's like the come down from it? Is there a come down from it?
I mean, yeah, I think there's a harder come down when you take the regular one. I don't feel it as much with the extended, but like I feel like I just kind of like ready to close out my day. Like I feel a little bit tired, but like for the most part, I'm able. If I have to still work or do a gig, I'll like pop a Red Bull and be good.
But do you have it for like diagnosed ADHD or?
Yeah, it's because
okay.
ADHD and also my dyslexia. So that's why I
Got
it.
it.
It keeps me more organized with the details.
Okay.
I actually have more of a form. It's called dyscalculia, which is actually more with numbers. Which is like as an Indian man, that's like the worst thing that you can have.
That's so true.
but like yeah. So it's like, but I've learned to work through it. So like when I was diagnosed late. I was diagnosed at like 19,
shit.
and then I had my Adderall. Yeah, like it was like 2017 when I was prescribed.
I think I'm gonna go get diagnosed because like our dad was very much about like they don't got nothing wrong with them. They're taking no type of medication. But I think
I did take Ritalin when I was like 19, but it made me a zombie, and it like freaked my mom out when I first took it. So
Yeah, Ritalin's tough.
yeah, Ritalin is very tough. But
imagine
then
giving a baby that like a kid that
Fucking
bro.
like 5th grader, yeah, dude.
that
And then they
suck.
did that shit. They just
My
gave it to fucking
son
kids
is
just because they were kind of annoying.
they had ADD. They have ADD. Well, the oldest does, and I would never. But
But
I got him diagnosed. So
but are they hyperactive or no?
the oldest one, yeah.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
there's more ADHD then. It's like hyperactive to sort
Yeah. But like now it's the thing where like parents don't give their kids medications, but they still want to get them diagnosed so that they can do things to help it, like get them more tired or whatever, like whatever would help it. But I would never get my kids.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
again,
that.
I think it's like to each their own with the parents and how they decide to.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know, it's like well, it's,
You also did it as an adult, so you have the perspective.
Yeah,
of like,
yeah. I think that was another thing too. Is that like it could have helped when I was like younger, absolutely. But I
It's
think
also kind of dangerous.
you have more of a developed brain. I think it's like the same thing as like if you smoke weed as a kid, you're gonna underdevelop its development, right? Like it's gonna slow down its pace. If like I only started smoking weed when I was like 18, 19, 20, so like it wasn't that bad, Smart choices.
Yeah.
I started when I was 16. So
Yeah, and again, it's like also about having the right conversation. Like I told.
I'm gonna scoot up a little bit.
My bad. But I told Pilar's son Emmy, I'm like, yo, like, do not smoke weed, like, do not do it. It's just gonna. He's like, no, I never touch that stuff. He's like, my body's a temple now,
the boxer.
yeah. So it's like again, you want to make sure that you're not putting things in your brain when it's in its developing mode. But once it's developed and you're an adult,
no, for sure.
Yeah.
See that I tried to tell one of our little cousins that I'm talking about because he smokes like a lot, and I told him like, look, I did the same shit. I started smoking when I was 16, and I did it for like 10 years, just like completely, and then I stopped. I stopped when I was like 26, 27.
Oh, so you don't smoke anymore at all?
No, I smoked
No.
yesterday though.
Well, how was it? How was it?
I was hella crossfaded. That's what I was trying to tell you earlier. When I was in Austin, me and my friend, we had to go get boxes, and I was already drunk. And then I took like a couple hits out of his pen, and then we were just walking around. I just kept making stupid ass jokes. I was like, "Call me Jesus Christ, because I am cross."
That's a good one.
But you didn't feel weird just after you smoked?
I was fine.
Yeah?
I think honestly, because I stopped doing it because it fucked with my anxiety a lot. But I think ever since doing stand up, that has helped me not to be so anxious.
You probably will be fine now. I think that like it's also another thing where like if you take any type of like psychedelic and you're not in the right mindset, right? Like it will just essentially amplify the mental position you're already in, right?
Yeah, I did
it's like taking shrooms. Like there's actually a way of being able to take shrooms the right way. Like you need to put yourself in a meditative, in a non-stressful environment, but like meditate, and if you do that, then you'll like invoke like more of a creative and
like a better
experience that's not like, why is everything just closing in? Like you're not gonna like just see shit that's gonna fuck with you. You're actually going to like answer questions, and that's ultimately
I've never
what you
done
want.
that. I would never do that.
Every time I've done psychedelics has been in the exact like opposite setting. Like when I did acid the first time, it was just because me and my friend just happened, like we were able to get it. And then my other friend, he was like, just do it at my house. My family's in Mexico for the holidays. Like nobody's going to be there. It'll just be us. So we planned it to do it on a Sunday, and then that Saturday, the friend that said we could do his house, he got fucked up in Arlington, so we had to go pick him up. But we were already on the acid. And another friend had also fucking he was going with us, but he didn't do the acid, so he was driving the whole time, and I was just in the back of my friend's pickup truck, like freaking out. And also, we did coke too for some fucking stupid ass reason.
That's wild. See, like that's like a.
I think that's might have
That's
been
pretty much that's almost equivalent to ordering 3 shots at the bar the first time of the night. So like, I'll tell you, the last time I did acid, I was in college, and it was on Earth Day. My first.
You really got me.
That's called a callback in the comedy game.
I didn't know we were catching any fucking stragglers.
But no, I remember it was my first year when I started going to Columbia, and it was Earth Day, and one of my roommates like, yo, you want to try doing some acid? And I was like, I've never done it. And we tried it, and it was the first and last time I ever did it. And I remember we took it, and then he's like, let's go to Lincoln Park Zoo. And it was like
fun.
Lincoln Park Zoo, which is the free zoo in downtown Chicago.
Oh no.
And it's on Earth Day, so like nothing but hippies and weirdos everywhere. I remember I saw the polar bear dancing, and I was like asking people, I'm like, is the polar bear moving like this? Like literally the polar bear was going forward and back, but it was like,
and then go backwards. And I just kept
Had a
singing
routine?
it. And then I would turn around and some like 80-year-old like hippie woman with her like hair looking like a fucking Blair Witch and like wearing nothing but tie-dye. And she's like, woohoo. And I'm like, is this actually happening? Like I was just questioning.
God,
I was like, am I seeing this shit for real? Like that was the whole experience. And it was kind of like fun, but at the same time, like I was like low-key freaking out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't need to do this.
That's why I would never. Oh my god.
Honestly, though,
I
like,
would be the type of person that would be like
the best drug I will and have ever taken is Molly. Molly is like
I never done that either.
Never done Molly.
That's one to do with your boo.
Really?
That's one to do with your boo. Yep. Do it with your boo, and my God, your love will amplify for each other.
Oh my god.
You will touch each other like it's the first time.
But then I heard
Our first
that
time wasn't that good, so I don't want to touch her like that.
No, it's gonna make me better.
Why? Really?
You're not starting from scratch.
just
You're starting from experience. That's
Okay.
that's the thing. Like I remember when I took it, I was like with my girl, and I was just like, babe, I've never smelled you like this before.
Ew.
I was like, she was
All up in her armpit.
bottom of her feet.
I was going to the right areas, like the little small parts of the neck.
That's a trick we girls play.
Yeah.
You put Vaseline and then spray your perfume.
Uh,
over it.
Vaseline. What the fuck?
you know what? My fiance is so good at leaving her shit at my place, and so she left her little female pheromone stuff. I'm like, oh, that's how you got me, huh? With them pheromones.
I believe in pheromones.
Yeah, I do. You too. I used to have one, like a legit one. It was like not a cologne. It was like a pheromone for men. Like it was called
really?
Furlier. That's what it was called.
I've heard of those.
And dude, the impact. Like,
it works?
oh my God!
So you just put it on like cologne and then
You put it on like cologne.
go to the bar and start beating them off with the stick?
like it would be like literally girls coming up to me and just be like, you smell amazing. Like that's I remember that was like, and I'm like, I'm Sean. Like that was like that was like whatever. And then after a while, like I don't know, I just moved
It's
to
too much.
Acquadigio, and that's been my Armani has been my cologne ever since after that. But yeah, I remember one time I mixed that Furlier with the Armani, and I'm like, you know what, this is too dangerous. I'm
not going out tonight.
I'm like now
People
I'm not
riot in
playing.
the
I can't play with that shit. I'm with Maria, so I know damn well I'm be catching the case.
Damn, you had to take a whole ass shower, huh?
No. She loves my cologne. And weirdly, it's also the same cologne her dad wears. And I'm just like, it's like papi, huh?
Ew.
And with that,
Her reaction's the same too.
yeah, dude, they're all the same.
That's what she's like. She's like, yeah, babe. That's her exact reaction. Like, it's so funny because she calls her dad Papi and stuff, and I'm like, I want you to call me Papi. She's like, no, babe, I can't call you Papi. I call my Papi.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right.
Weirdo.
I'm like, call me Papi Ray. So now she's like, fine. And then so when she'll really want something from me, she'll be like, Papi Ray. I'm like, what you want, boo?
They'll just call you El Rey. El Rey.
El Rey?
You're the king.
I still like Papi.
Ew.
Just pops off the tongue.
Papi is like
Ew.
a dad.
Yeah.
That's my dad.
Well, it's daddy.
I love that shit.
And I have no trouble calling John daddy. Like, being like,
Because he didn't call dad daddy.
No, he didn't.
It just
call
depends
him.
on like what
I
you
love
call
that
them.
she's literally talking this, and you're just like, yeah, but You're like, whatever. Me and my sister could not do that with each other. Like we don't have that relationship. We'd be like, yeah. Like we would.
You should listen to the podcast, like the first couple 50.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, if you go into the back catalog, we talk about like weird shit.
Man.
Yeah.
So do you guys talk like? Would you like talk about like your sex life with each other and shit?
Just tell story. I would think it's more like we tell stories
Yeah, not so much.
as opposed to like, dude, fucking just and like my girlfand's like
we do,
she
Ricky.
was.
We do.
No, but I'll never go to you and be like, just
Oh,
I don't know,
no,
like
no.
fucking last night, me and just anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I'm not
You
gonna tell.
have.
I'm not gonna tell you that.
You
But I
have.
won't go to you for problems and be like, it's just not like something's off with
No,
us, you know.
no.
Like I wouldn't do that. Like what could I do to my girlfriend?
No,
like,
But I mean, again, yeah, I think it's more circumstantial. Like, oh, this happened. It wasn't
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
regular
yeah. If we're-
sexual encounter. Like, it was a little bit moment happened, you know?
Yeah.
But like,
But
yeah.
it's not type of, it used to, I don't know.
But I mean,
not
that's
really.
the type of closeness, and I think like
Yeah.
like that's what makes your guys' relationship so real is that you actually guys you treat it so much like a close friendship. even though you guys are siblings. Most siblings don't have those relationships where they're like able to talk about really a lot of their personal stuff. And I think that you guys have a non-filter relationship, which is what makes you guys so close, right? There's not many siblings that are going to have a podcast show that pretty much any type of subject matter can come into play and that you guys equally can talk about or relate to your own social circumstances.
I think that's why, though, is because we see each other as equals. We don't see each other as like a
You are far below me.
brother and sister.
You're the older one though, right?
Obviously. Look at
I'm
her.
the
She's what?
Ricky, I'm starting to think you really think that.
No, you're beautiful.
Fuck you, bitch.
Wait, having 5 children is weathered you like a
so
catcher's mitt.
sad, dude. Like it sounded like her voice was a little break. Come on, be nice to your sister, dude.
No. Why? She's mean.
She's a bitch.
That's your hermana.
I think it's because it's more like an equal thing. I think, in my eyes. Like, I don't see him as like a brother. I see him as like a sibling.
Yeah. No, I think that like that's like you. But again, it's like you guys are homies though.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like you guys fuck with each other. Like me and my sister fuck, but it's like so low key. Like because we're so fundamentally different. Me and my sister.
Yeah.
Like she's such the other half of who I am. Like she's responsible. I'm not. You know, like it's kind of like that. But like we have things that we can like I guess relate to, but it's not in our personal lives. It's more so like just our experiences of what we see.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys
What's
have
the age difference between you?
4 years.
She's older?
Yeah.
Okay, we're 2 years.
Yeah. So, and I think that also plays a difference because you guys are
Yeah.
actually closer in age, right?
Yeah.
The only thing is that, like, in school, we were 3 years apart because my birthday's in September. So,
okay.
So, I was a freshman when she was a senior in high school.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, but
We
still.
went to high school too.
Yeah, see, like,
for
same
1
thing,
year.
like,
But for me,
you were the little brother.
Yeah, like, but I never went to school with my sister. You know, like, so when I got to middle school, she was already going to high school. When I got to high school, she was going to college. Like it was, so it's like we never had that kind of encounter type of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I love my sister and she definitely loves me. Like, but I see my sister more like my mom than anything. You know, so it's like you're not gonna have that type of like, homie relationship and stuff with your mom. I mean, some do, but like, yeah, you guys have. That's why I loved y'all's dynamic and stuff. When I watched your shows and watched your episodes, I'm like, it's y'all that are making like this. It makes it such a fun engagement because all your guests are just the cream filling to like the dynamic cookie that you guys are. You know?
Thank you. He called us a cookie.
I got words,
Yeah, but I definitely think it just also has to deal with the fact that like when we were kids, we didn't fuck with each other at all. Not until I was like 13, 14.
But I think that's kind of like most relationships, though, right?
I think it's most like
once you guys know each other, like know who you are, right? Then it becomes easier to have that relationship.
We were super close. Like when you were in middle school and I was in high school. It was only when we were both in elementary school. And then I was kind of in middle school. But once you started getting like closer to high school age, we were super close.
We got close like probably like when I was like in 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah.
And then we got
close though. But we were like,
yeah, that's what's up.
We also didn't have a choice because we all had to move into a 1-bedroom.
Yeah, it was a very hard time. So we were forced together, but we didn't turn out hating each other.
But isn't it weird though that like even in those circumstances that like might have been a little bit of a struggling time, you can still kind of consider those of like the good old days, right?
Oh hell yeah!
You know what I mean?
That 1-bedroom was fun.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. And
it sucked, but like there were moments that sucked, but then the only ones we look back on are like the funny ass times. Like we got our wisdom teeth taken out on the same fucking day, all 4 of them.
Oh, so y'all were high together.
4 and 4.
And then her that's when she had first started dating her husband. So he was taking care of us like the whole time.
Our mom
and
was
then,
at work.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
And he was because he's like 2 years older than her, so he was like 18 at the time, I think. I guess. And he was taking care of us, and he was like, "Look, just here, take your pills. Let me switch out your gauze." And I'm like fucking 14. I'm just like,
I'm crying.
Yeah.
Like,
And then
You finger in my mouth.
he like literally reached into our mouths and like changed.
That's
like
love.
our
he carried
gauze
me out
first.
because like when I got my shit taken out on the very last one, I woke up from the anesthesia. So I like
shit.
Yeah, I knocked out, and then I woke up midway as they were like yanking it out, and I didn't know where I was, so I freaked out. I thought I got kidnapped. So I started screaming and crying. I was like, "Ah, you fucking got me!"
I had a terrible wisdom teeth experience because I went to a dentist who believed he can do it. And I went to a dentist that said that he could like remove it. Like he's like, yeah, I can remove your wisdom teeth. It's not a problem. And he did it, sliced open, and then only then notice, oh, the wisdom tooth is inverted. It's sideways. You have to actually go to an oral surgeon. So he had already cut up my mouth. And then it was like I had to wait 2 days with like a cut up mouth.
Fuck no.
And then go to an oral surgeon. And then so like my recovery took like an extra like 3 days on top of a week.
Shit.
fuck.
Yeah, it did not feel good.
Yeah.
It did not, but they knocked me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we did it like the week before I went into my freshman year of high school. And like that was also the week that like I needed to go to like this choir thing. It was like a choir camp thing, and I ended up missing it because I was just like too fucked up on these fucking pain pills that they gave me.
Where all the virgins go to play.
Dude.
They're the best.
None of them
You
are
go in
virgins.
a virgin, you come out still a virgin.
Consistency, yo.
You come out a virgin that can sing slightly better.
Well, shit. I mean,
This is fun, man.
yeah, this was I'm glad that this was an opportunity that I definitely want to get you both actually on my podcast, but I feel like I asked a fair amount of questions about you guys too, that like,
Yeah.
I might as well just go ahead and put it under, make an episode and just put it under mine. But yeah, I would definitely love to get you guys on my podcast, or even better, if you guys show up to my live podcast party in Fort Worth for On Air Don't Care. That's a very live engagement and stuff. And you'll have me and John, and that shit kind of can go off the wall.
Hey, I'm down for whatever.
Oh yeah, dude.
DFW.
Just tell me when and where.
Plug everything you got, all your social media, the shows you got coming up. Plug everything right now.
So you can follow me. My website is theshowman.live. It's very easy. Otherwise, at Sean K Do It All, or you can Google Sean K The Showman. My upcoming shows tonight, I'm at Lola's, but this episode won't come out by then.
Comes out on Wednesday.
This Wednesday?
This Wednesday.
Oh, so then I come to Comedy Arena in McKinney. I will be doing the first Fridays of every month, karaoke after laughs. So after the last comedy show, then you'll catch me doing comedy or karaoke in the lower level. Other than that, then March 18th, I'm at the Red Room in Hyenas with Villain and Friends with Alexander K. And then Wednesday I actually have a show at Sheesh with Sib.
Sib's gonna come on.
Yeah. So I have a show there. So yeah, it's a few comedy shows, but yeah, just follow me on Instagram at Sean K Do It All, and you'll find all my upcoming shows.
Badass.
Yeah.
Sweet. Thanks again for coming on, Sean.
Thank you for
Really
having me. It
appreciate
was it was a blast.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a blast in the glass.
It was awesome, man.
And I'll FaceTime Pilar so you can.
Hell yeah. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. Make sure to follow our social media, and we'll see you next week. Bye.